listening to the Lucha Central Podcast Network. And now, LuchaCentral.com presents Masks, Mats, and Mayhem.
Hey, so this show comes out on Tuesday, and Wednesday is uneventful, so never mind.
No. Wednesday's special, Byron. There's something very special about Wednesdays. Well, I mean, you got NXT, you got
AEW.
There's something else this week, dude. Oh, God, I can't remember. There's something else going on this week.
I'm drawing a blank.
I know it was something where it's like I was going to tell everybody to tweet at somebody for a reason.
Is it like August 1st? It's like the first day of fall.
That's on Wednesday? That seems pretty important. Maybe that's what it was.
Is it?
I don't know.
No, it's not. It's not August 1st. What day is it?
What's the date Wednesday? Let me look at my calendar here. No, the Wednesday's the 29th. Something important happens on the 29th.
Something important may have happened on the 29th.
Okay. So what is it? Nothing? You got nothing?
Really? Neither one of us wants to say it.
He didn't pay us enough to say it.
No. It's Casey's birthday, as you could tell from the ticker on the bottom.
Happy birthday, Casey. Everybody blow up his Twitter with happy birthday messages because he'll absolutely hate that.
He is at Lucha Gringo on Twitter. Don't go to his job or his home like you do the wrestlers. Just hit him up on Twitter.
Hit him up on Twitter. Tell the Lucha Gringo happy birthday. We appreciate him. He's our day one homie and a very, very important part of this show. And if you don't give him love, he's probably just going to fucking quit. So go say happy birthday to Casey and then watch the rest of the show. Let's kick this thing off. Welcome to another edition of Masks, Mats, and Mayhem. I'm your host, Riley Red. You can find me on social media at JustinHarvey75. You can find the entire show on social media at MMMShow75. This is it's hot. Where I'm in Vegas now. It's hot.
I got two fans on me.
Always bet on red.
What was the last time you dude, I'm not going anywhere near any type of gaming, people, restaurants, strip clubs, anything that you would do in Vegas that would be fun. I'm not doing any of that. I am so just going to work and then like hide in my hotel room this entire week. This is a nice hotel room, by the way. Like,
oh, you went to that restaurant?
How hot is it degrees-wise? Did you?
How hot is it?
Yeah,
107.
Oh,
in English,
bro.
I'm sorry. In British, I think that's 14 stone. Well, I don't know how much. I don't know what 107 Degrees is in British.
Last time I
missed the show, it was 120 degrees. 120 degrees where I was when I was in the desert securing our Ball Shaper sponsorship.
Oh, yeah. That was thank you. And thank you, by the way. I mean, I know it hasn't come through yet, but hopefully all the good work that you did out there will pay off soon, Case. We appreciate you.
Yeah, we might have to sell for nipple shaving sponsorships.
I have a weird tan going too from my my Rey Phoenix.
Oh yeah,
mask.
Jesus.
But I was in San Diego last week and I was rocking my Rey Phoenix mask, and several people actually knew what it was, and they were got a lot of compliments and sent a lot of people the direction of lucha-masks.com to not get one because I think they're all sold out of their
I was wearing the Kikutaro one, and a lot of people called the police. And
that makes sense.
That might not have been because of the mask. That might have just been you.
No, I think it was because it was all I was wearing.
It's because he's wearing that T-shirt that says "Fuck you." Here's Casey.
By the way, we have a commercial for that. Are we still selling it?
Oh, I don't know, man. I don't do those. I'm just talking to talk. Look, anyway, thank you all for joining us. A special shout out to Bad Hombre, to Gotze. Special, him. He's awesome. Love that dude. Special shout out to everyone that's been tweeting about the show, listening to the show, loving the show. And thank you very much. And if we have some positive reviews anywhere, whilst we're doing this show, Byron will hopefully look them up.
I want to not thank Jim Velasco for not joining us today. He's on the list again.
What do you mean, dude? He's golfing. You can't put someone on the list for golfing. There's not one of us that wouldn't say I'm not doing the show this week if we could be out golfing right now.
I would absolutely say I was on a golf course. I was on a golf course the last show I missed, and I didn't golf once.
Okay. But you also missed the show to be on a golf course. Listen, Jim is a high-powered entertainment industry professional, and he's got to be out there playing golf and learning, get his golf game good so he can make some real money. And then he can be our money mark instead of Byron.
Can I give a scoop to our listeners that he's going to get really mad at me for saying this?
What's the scoop?
He's out
San Diego Comic-Con is canceled?
Oh, no. He's grooming the guy that's going to be playing the new Wolverine. Do you guys want to know who that is?
Kevin Cross.
Page.
That is going to be Michael Richards from Seinfeld fame. He's going to be Wolverine.
I thought he got canceled a long time ago.
Spread the word. It's a healing factor in uncancels.
Is he playing golf with Michael Richards?
Yeah, he's playing golf with Michael Richards.
Can you get Michael Richards on the phone? Because he owes one of us on this podcast an apology.
half of an apology.
I'm going to say flat out that is me. I can't even tell you how much crap I had to deal with because of him doing that. Like, I was talking to all the black comedians over at Chocolate Sundays, and I was talking about this and that, and then I had to defend Sarah Silverman at the Improv a few weeks later because she used the N-word in her routine, and some people got mad. But hers was a joke and actually funny and not that offensive. But now she doesn't even do that joke anymore. I mean, yeah, F Michael Richards. Anyway, speaking of...
I need to give a shout out.
F them calling it Chocolate Sundays and not ice cream. That's what pisses
we need to give a shout out to Marcelo Bielsa for guiding Leeds to the title.
Jesus Christ.
Highest ever points in a... Yeah.
Byron, edit this out.
Oh my! Can I tell you guys?
With this for an entire year when we
have to go to the next topic after I bring up how we were talking to a luchador. Meef and I did an interview with a luchador about lucha libre and family history. Blah 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 blah. Last question. Hey man, do you like football? My favorite team is Leeds.
Oh my God, that didn't actually happen, did it?
Yeah.
Find out.
I asked him what his favorite team in Mexico was, and if he had an English team. And then I suggested that he supported Leeds.
See what happens when I'm not around, guys.
Our manager used to manage in Mexico. That's why it's connected.
Anyway, coming up today on the MMMShow football review, whatever. So up there, you got at Byron Fever.
What's up?
Catch it. You got the Lucha Gringo, Professor Casey.
Hi, I'm Pale. What's up?
You got the one who should be pale, Captain Fulmuth, Meatloaf. How's it going over there?
It's all right.
And this is the Masks, Mats, and Mayhem all-male review.
Oh, sweet.
Pants optional.
Thank God for that. So,
hold on. Oh, God, I'm so glad to get rid of these things. Oh, Jesus.
Casey just took his pants off for our audio.
But he's still wearing pants, though, because he's wearing underwear, I'd imagine.
How many episodes have we recorded where you kept a pair of pants next to you waiting for that gag?
Dude, that was not a gag. I'm free-balling it. Listen, does this sound like a vinyl chair having cloth in between it? Oh, hear that suction? That's my
your mic sounds scratchy all of a sudden. You need to shave those. Shave that.
What can I say? Without a sponsorship, I'm not going to spend my own money on something like that.
You're on the list, Kev.
All right. Well, speaking of which, let's get to the wall of shame.
Jim Velasco.
Why?
TJ Perkins.
TJ Perkins. All right.
What's that P stand for again?
What?
Oh, it stands for Perkins. Sorry.
All right. David Lagana, Jojo Feeney, Brit Wrestling, Pedos, Predos, Pervs, and Bullies, Jeffrey Briggs, and JT Wilcoxon, the guys who still think they're going to buy Lucha Underground or some shit. I don't even understand.
Kevin Kleinrock.
Tessa Blanchard's still on there. Anybody who dropped the FA word on Sunny Kiss, and in general, people who are homophobic who like wrestling. It's like, maybe you should consider your life choices when you openly like a sport that's all about grown men rolling around with each other in their underwear and then complain about homophobia.
You manly bros should go watch some MMA instead.
Yeah, I brought this up before, but the first thing I tell people who aren't wrestling fans when they go to a show is there's a lot of stuff you're going to have to get used to, like fake fighting. But the big thing you're going to notice is you're staring at taints.
No. First of all, I have seen and been to and have enjoyed almost as much wrestling as you, Byron, and I don't think I know as much about taints as you do.
Oh, you
didn't know a lot of shorts in ECW though. A lot of shorts in ECW.
What's that, Casey?
Yeah, first of all, you went to ECW shows where everyone wore fucking jorts down to their knees. Also, you didn't have those bowler seats me and Byron had where we could see every vein in Cage's dick. So don't.
Yeah, I've witnessed that personally live as well.
Well, we will talk about Cage's package in a little bit, but anyway, if you're homophobic and you like wrestling, look, whatever. If you're homophobic, that's your jam, fine, whatever. But I still also have the right to say fuck you because I don't like that type of thing.
And I'd like to say jump off a bridge.
And I'd like to say eat shit, motherfuckers.
I'm also going to say that you suck because if I don't say something too after everyone else does, I will assume the opinion. I
have to preface that I'm not being fecophilia phobic when I say eat shit.
All right, so guess who else is on the wall of shame? People were surprised to hear this one, but Ricochet is on our wall of shame until he stops going to certain facilities in Florida or cuts a good promo. We will, in fact, let Ricochet off of the wall of shame if, in fact, at any point in time, he cuts a good promo.
And we're not saying that excuses him going to the other place. We're just saying that we know it's never going to happen.
Right. So it doesn't matter that we say that because a good promo is such a long shot at this point. Like it gives him like a 0.12% chance of ever getting off this wall of shame.
He does have a sit down interview with Vampiro on the episode that we're reviewing tonight. So when we get to that, maybe
that'll be his chance. That'll be his chance to cut a fire promo.
It's a really good promo.
I think we should consider that. A good promo that has happened as well, because we don't want to narrow it too much.
I'll tell you what, I'll completely agree to that. Ricochet will also be taken off the wall of shame if I go back in time and ever find a good promo that he's cut anywhere as well. Casey, why is half of FTR on the wall of shame?
I don't know.
Which half is it?
I couldn't remember. They just annoyed me somehow. I don't remember what happened.
The spitting one, wasn't it?
They spit on a cameraman.
Oh yeah.
Which
amazing.
I mean, they're all getting tested, blah blah. Everyone, I guess, at the arena can lick each other's mouths and stuff, but still, it sets a bad example, and you just shouldn't do it right now. Wait till COVID's over, then spit on people again.
But I do gotta say, AEW is off the list. It was on the list before for the push, for Death Triangle just disappearing.
Right.
I just never said anything. But Warhorse being on next week, they're off the list.
I want to talk about Kingston. Also, I do want Death Triangle back, but
I want to talk about Kingston too, and we can do that right now. Also, on the Wall of Fame, Tony Khan. I have a possible addition to the Wall of Shame, but we can talk about that after we talk a little AEW. Let's talk about Mr. Eddie Kingston, because I thought that promo was absolute fire. That promo was golden. What were your thoughts there, Byron?
Well, I mean, there were the two names being tossed about, Kingston and Warhorse, for the challenge when it wasn't even an official let's bring in indie guys sort of thing. And I don't know too much about Kingston. I saw him on NWA and great stuff. And Casey, you may want to go into it more, but all I saw on Wednesday was some people saying, "Man, I think it's going to be Kingston," and the other half going, "Don't do that. There's no way it's going to be Kingston." And getting my hopes up that much is just going to make it that much more heartbreaking. And next thing you know, Kingston comes out. One of his lines was like, "You've been wrestling like children. I'm a grown ass man." And that promo was that difference between him and nearly everyone else in AEW or on wrestling TV these right now anyway.
Yeah, the promo was just fucking fire.
Because it's truth as well. It's from from a place.
For those of you that aren't familiar with Eddie Kingston, he's probably the greatest brawler that's not signed to like a major promotion right now. And calling him a brawler, selling him short, it's more like strong style kind of stuff. He's basically like the wrestler that like Homicide and B-Boy kind of see themselves as.
Right. An offensive base guy.
Yeah, but with a lot more oomph. And he's a great promo all the time. And
more pepper.
He's done some great shit. His matches even recently in GCW have been really good. He's been doing some stuff. Not GCW, for the No Holds Barred guys. I'm sorry. And they've been pretty good because he had a match at the last Deathmatch Drive-In show that was.
When was the last time he was getting good TV time with the LAX Impact thing?
It was Power too, though, the NWA Power.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. So he's a solid player. Like I don't know what he's like in the back, but I haven't.
He's an amazing guy.
Super nice dude. He's actually done some shit in Chikara, and he seems like the last guy that should be in Chikara. So, like, the shit that he did there was pretty good. Not that I want to give them props because they're already part of the Wall of Shame right now, but, Yeah.
Well, I would have to say, like, I haven't finished the whole AEW episode. I was trying to watch it right before the show, but my phone just kept going off the hook. But I did see that, and I thought he was a great addition. I just thought that promo was fire. I would love to see him. I'd love to see him as a stabilizing force in the mid card at AEW. I think that it could really help some of these other guys get over to be in feuds with him, or even if he decides to do some managing where he still will bump and take matches every now and then. I think that'd be great too. I think we've seen that work out well with kind of Taz in his current role and others, but I think that he would be a really good addition in that department too. And obviously, I preach about it all the time about how wrestling needs managers back to get over young talent. I hate that NXT doesn't do it more. And now with Taz and Vicky Guerrero and Kingston being around too, who can also do it and cut fire promos and not always just have to wrestle, especially since he doesn't have much of a high flyer style. Like he can base for those guys, but I wouldn't expect, him and the Young Bucks to be, setting the world on fire in some 30-minute classic anytime soon.
But he could throw a decent tope in there. You'd be surprised.
Oh no, I've seen it. I believe that. So yeah. I liked it, and I'm really hoping that in general we see not necessarily more factions, but more managers. I just and when you get 5 or 6 good managers in a promotion, like if you all think back to the heyday of WWE or when it was WWF. I mean, there was like 5 good managers going, and it really helped. You can get over big bruiser guys. You can get over young talent. You can get over Ricochet if you have a good manager in there.
Yeah, you had Heenan as the top manager. You had Jimmy Hart. You had Slick. You had Mr. Fuji. You had Mr. Fuji for like the shittier wrestlers until he got Yokozuna, and then everything took off. But yeah, dude. Huge fan of the Heenan family. Would love something like that. Eddie Kingston, the way I would use him is I'd have him as a guy that gets tired of other people's bullshit and then fucks them up for it. So like,
yes, please, and more.
Like, hey, Ty Dillinger, you're fucking stupid, and then he kills him. And then next week he could be like, hey,
murder for cases like that.
Billy Gunn. Billy Gunn, you and your kid are fucking annoying. Kills them both at the same time.
Oh, yeah, I guess Billy Gunn's kind of a manager, too. And you got Arn, like, really? Wow.
Yeah. And Dustin.
You got Jake. You got Jake. You got Arn. You got Tully. You got.
They're doing it a lot. I like that.
I was going to say, there's an interesting part where we went from the early 90s, mid 90s, they just started to disappear. And then the late 90s, there was like, to the mid 2000s, most of the talent there were all great on the mic, really, and we didn't really need managers as much. I'd say that was the difference.
And plus the diva.
Yeah, I think you agree.
I think everyone is better on the mic back in the day. Anyway, I think what it came down to it's tag team wrestling. There was a movement at some point to spend less money on an attraction. You have a big singles main event, you're paying 2 guys instead of a tag team, and a manager instead of like 6 guys.
Yeah.
Like,
and plus, they also figured out that they get better ratings when they have a scantily clad woman to look at than Paul Bearer. Let's.
Right.
no, but
That's
that's
fair.
counts as a manager.
But Paul Bearer, legend, love him. Uncle Paul, we miss you. Just had to throw that in there.
I want to ask this question too about Kingston's match with Cody. Is Cody doing too much? Like, you know, they brought out Tax. I mean, they went semi-hardcore with that match. You know, Cody went hard way in a couple of spots. There was some blood out there. No gushers, no Phoenix bleeding out under the mask shit going on. But it just kind of, and I don't know the answer to this question. Typically when I ask a question, I already have my own answer to it. But I'm just wondering, I see exactly what Cody's trying to do, but is he trying to do too much?
Okay, first of all, you're talking to a guy wearing a Mr. Pogo shirt right now. And is
he doing too much for Cody? Is he trying to do too much? I'm not saying that it is too much. Is he trying to do too much?
Honestly, I feel like anything less would have been the bitch version of that match, and Cody doesn't want to be the bitch version of anything. So it's right. The way, you know, he's doing the right thing. Like his match with Warhorse is probably going to have awesome promos, and then some crazy shit happen. Some shenanigans, but it's not going to be like Tax and stuff. He's probably going to get hit by Warhorse's fucking dope ass elbow drop. You know, it'll be cool, man. But if they don't let Warhorse talk, it's fucking bullshit.
Okay,
because Warhorse rules ass.
Now I've seen a lot of complaints too that the byproduct of this is yes, you're getting over talent as they're coming in or working their way up, but it's also putting a lot of names under Cody's belt. And a lot of people think that that's him trying to get himself over. I don't really see it that way. I see it more as he's trying to give opportunities in a high profile way to these other people. And for him to do that, he has to keep the belt. He has to be the one to go over for a while.
Right. He's not trying to get himself over. He's trying to get the belt over. This is what he's
putting a rub on them as well.
Right.
Having a good match against a talent, you know, and he's an established star in regardless of what you think of him as a wrestler. He's an established name, and he is a big name in the world, and obviously the belt as well.
So Byron, why are there so many complaints about Cody then? If that's the case, because it seems like he's doing the good guy thing, that he's doing the right thing as one of the leaders of the company. Why is he getting so much heat?
Wrestling fans are assholes.
You're gonna have that regardless. You're gonna have people who don't like it. You're gonna have people who just. Sorry, I'm coughing only when it's my turn to talk. You're gonna have people who only like their persona, their opinions are based on being different and standing out and complaining or whatever. You're gonna have that in general, but there's definitely the Cody Triple H, comparison, and he has the belt, and a lot of people before anything happened were saying that same point, like, oh great, now Cody's gonna have to make the belt worth something, which means he's gonna get a lot of victories, he's gonna beat a lot of people, and you could be pessimistic about it. I think. We've talked about Cody wanting to prove himself, right? His stuff in Japan, he wanted to be up in the main event sort of caliber of a performer. I think he's finding his spot. He's finding his groove. At the beginning, he was doing a lot, if not too much, for what was being asked. But the
chair shot was too much. I'll just say that. That was the one too many. The chair shot with the 12 stitches in the back of his head that I've seen up close, that was too much.
That was that, yeah. But even like he'll do, he worked a great title match against, was it one of the Private Party guys? Was it Quinn?
Yeah.
A great scientific match, psychology, one with the figure 4, which is awesome, set up perfectly, just like with Kingston. But it gave Quinn all the room to shine, and he didn't look weak, and he got over. He's doing that over and over again. He brought in Sonny, who never looked as legitimate in probably any of his matches in his whole career than he did losing to Cody. And I think he's beating people who should be like 3 or 4 steps below him. Yeah, I see what you guys are doing. But he's beating them who are like 3 or 4 steps below him, maybe. But he's making them look on his level or maybe a step below him, which still brings them up. And they're just great matches. I love this.
Yeah, they have been. Some of these have been just great. Like the Kingston thing was just really fun. Sonny was a really fun match. I've been enjoying it.
Kingston, and also like Cody isn't trying to ham it up. Kingston's coming out there talking shit to him, and Cody's looking pissed. He's not trying to like get over or look cool, And I appreciate that about him. And I'm looking like that was my favorite match, my favorite moment of Wednesday between the two shows. I'm not saying favorite show, but Cody's matches are becoming my favorite moment of Wednesdays now.
Let's be honest. AEW with their pseudo on TV pay-per-views, pretty good. This week, definitely a little bit weaker. And I'll admit I still haven't finished watching the entire episode, but it definitely didn't. The matchups that were coming felt a little more like, hey, who showed up today? Let's book it in the locker room kind of thing, as opposed to, really kind of well thought out. And somehow NXT seems to be the one that's thinking stuff out. And we'll talk about them later. But with AEW, I just something feels a little off right now. I feel like they need to. The feuds aren't terrible, but they need to figure out the storylines. I think they figured out where they want a feud to go, but they're having trouble with the middle section. They're getting feuds started fine. They're ending them fine, but they're having trouble building them in the middle and finding reasons for, the regular week-to-week episodes to matter. And bro, it's hard. You're doing a 2-hour show every week. Yeah. People get shit on WWE all the time, but it's like the more product you're putting out, the more writing someone has to do, and getting that compelling writing. And AEW is not like WWE where they bring in professional writers. They really are more all wrestling and industry people. So it's a little trickier. All right, I got to talk about one other thing real quick before we move into this next awesome interview. The what segment of the week. Where are they? What?
What?
Ivelisse from Lucha Underground. Who I've always been a I won't say a fan. I hate to call myself a fan, but I've always appreciated Ivelisse. I've always liked a lot of her stuff, and she's had her hits and her misses. And from everything I can tell, and I'm only about halfway through the match, that it's this one was kind of a miss for our girl Evie.
It's too bad. And her and Diamante have matched up before, and I'm sure they've had great matches in the past.
Her and who, Byron?
Diamante?
Diamante. And I think Evie just psyched herself out before this match.
And we talked about this last week that was exactly what she needed not to do.
Yeah.
I think she found a groove towards the end, like when she was doing the forearm rub. I don't know if you saw that yet, Justin. That was kind of cool. But yeah, just everything seemed off.
I like it when she's a bruiser. I honestly do. I think she's better kind of being a bruiser, tough chick kind of thing, as opposed to running the ropes. Like when she starts running the ropes and trying to do throws and high spots, a few of them here and there is great, but when she tries to string them together, and she's had her moments where she has strung them together, but maybe she's just got a little ring rust right now. Who knows?
She also needs someone that's a better base for her than Diamante would have been.
They're a little too similar in a lot of ways, and that may be hurting a little.
Their timing was off. I mean, it's not like Diamante was doing better in the match.
Right. Well, regardless, I'm still looking forward to hopefully some good things from Evie. Hopefully she has enough of a chance there to really kind of find her groove, get back in it. She was definitely one of our favorites at times in Lucha Underground. She became very interesting storylines, and she definitely has heart when it's needed. It's just a question of, can she finally get that break in life where it all comes together, where her heart shows through, her in-ring skill shows through, her promos are all together, and there's no issues in the back. Can our buddy Evie actually get it all to coincide at one time?
All you got to do is stop cursing her with your words like you did last week, and then everything will be fine, Justin.
I guess so. I mean, it was a little bit of a premonition, huh?
I watched the show and got nervous.
I hate that happened. I hope that that's not what happened. Please, if that is what happened, Evie, never listen to me again, except come on the show and talk to us about it.
Evie, just next time you're going to the ring, say it was your fault, Justin, right in the camera. Everyone will know.
Have we tried to get Evie? I think I tried to send her a message once, and I just never heard back.
She tries. It's the whole thing with the legal proceedings for Byron and the restraining order.
Oh, yeah. Well,
I don't even think she knows Byron exists.
Honestly, if it's a remote session, it's not within the...
Byron's like, she knows. I send her pictures.
So listen, we still got a lot of great stuff to talk about.
Byron's one of those fans.
I want to talk about some of the other Watts out there that are getting things done over in WWE. I'm also going to talk about Joey Ryan. Woo, that's going to be hot.
Hey,
and,
if I didn't
see, let him throw to the break.
Go throw to the break, Justin. Throw to the break.
All right, so
I'm angry. I'm hopping mad.
Coming up right after this, Meatloaf, Byron had a fun little time talking to a great luchador who was a part of Lucha Underground and who will also be talked about and discussed in our Lucha Underground review that we're going to do after this. But coming up right after the break, Argenis will be here to tell you all about some fun Lucha Libre stuff. So Denise Salcedo over at Lucha Central. Tell us what else is happening this week on the Lucha Central Podcast Network. And can you do it in that voice for me? Pretty please.
How the fuck did you guys get Argenis? That's where you cut right after I say that, Byron, because it's funny.
Hey everyone, it's Denise Salcedo here in Lucha Central with a reminder of where and when to catch your favorite shows each week or when to try a new one. Tuesday, Masks, Mats, and Mayhem is back with special guest Argenis to talk about his time in Lucha Underground, his family legacy, and his future. Plus, the crew puts more names on their wall of shame and hits a number of hot topics, including AEW versus NXT and a particular video that made waves on social media last week. Check out the premiere video stream every Tuesday at 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern on the Lucha Central YouTube channel and at luchacentral.com. Then listen to it on your favorite podcast platform every Wednesday. This Tuesday night, there will be no Wrestle Boss with Fabi Chulo, but check out the show's archives and recent interviews with pro wrestling and MMA stars, and tune in next Tuesday when Lucha Underground's Mariachi Loco and the Crash Lucha Libre's Mecha Wolf stop by the show. Wednesday nights live on Facebook, it's Spanish show La Mesa de los Márgaros, giving you both the news and the chisme from around the lucha world. Find the video version on Facebook Wednesday night through Friday, and then Saturdays download the audio version in podcast form. This week, Supernova stops by along with CEO of the new Lucha Time promotion, who will share his vision for the group, plus a look at the Comic-Con panel about Lucha Libre as Mexican cultural heritage. Thursdays, it's straight out of the bodega with Papo Esco and PWR promoter Gabriel Ramirez. This week, it's part 2 of their jam-packed interview with former WWE superstar Ricardo Rodriguez as they talk his frustrations and ultimately asking for his release from WWE, working in Puerto Rico and Europe, training aspiring wrestlers in India for the great Khali, and the launch of the indie scene in the country. On Friday, it's your double dose of Lucha Central Weekly podcast, one in English y el otro en español. Lucha Central Weekly is where you'll find all the top stories of the week, both inside and out of the ring from Mexico and anywhere luchadores are in action across the globe. Catch up on the entire week in just 90 minutes and hear coverage of news you are not likely to find on any other podcast. Be sure to subscribe and follow all of your favorite Lucha Central Network series on your favorite podcast platforms. And please be sure to give a rating and review to help more fans find the shows that you love. For now, this is Denise Salcedo signing off from Lucha Central. Have a great week.
We are here with Argenis, was on Lucha Underground, and we're going to ask him a lot about that. Ask him a lot about his history and Lucha Libre, 2017 Rey de Reyes champion. I'm not the big Lucha expert. Meef, I think this is where you take it over. And Mark, I want to thank you very much for helping. Argenis, thank you so much for joining us. I know that a lot of our listeners are going to be super, super excited to hear from you. And I can't wait to hear all your stories and everything you have to say. So why don't we get into it?
Te quieren agradecer por aceptar la invitación y están contentos y felices por esta entrevista.
No, gracias. Para mí es un placer decirles que estoy muy contento también de poder estar en contacto con ellos. Y pues gracias a ti también, Marco, por echarnos la mano con la traducción, por favor.
So he says he's thankful, very grateful for you guys making the invitation, and he's ready for the questions, and he's happy to be in touch with you guys.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. So the first question we came together with was your father was Dr. Caronte the third, And several of your family members are also luchadors. Did you always want to go into the family business?
Dice, la pregunta es, tu papá fue doctor Caronte tercero, ¿verdad? Y severos
Tercero.
de tus,
Sí.
sí, y severos de tus hermanos están en la lucha libre. Que si eso fue algo que tú siempre quisiste hacer, estar dentro del deporte.
Sí, porque era algo que yo soñaba desde chiquito, porque mi abuelo también era luchador, mi papá y también mis hermanos. Yo soy el más chico de los 4 y siempre quise ser luchador desde que supe que pertenecía a familia de luchadores. Siempre quise ser luchador desde chiquito.
He says that, yeah, he's always wanted to be in the business. Since he found out his dad was a wrestler, his grandpa was a wrestler too, and then he found out about his brothers being in the business, and that's what got him all hyped up to actually become a luchador. And he's the youngest of all 4.
Oh wow!
Oh wow!
Does he have any childhood memories of seeing his family, seeing his father, grandfather wrestle that stand out, that inspire him?
Que si tienes algún recuerdo de tu papá o abuelo que te haya impresionado.
Sí, de mi papá bastante. Cuando yo era pequeño, luchamos. Bueno, él fue a luchar a una arena en Xochimilco, una arena de mucha tradición aquí en México, y tuvo que salirse casi vestido con la ropa de lucha porque la gente estaba tan enardecida que no lo dejaban cambiarse. Nosotros tuvimos que salir tras de él corriendo para llegar al carro, y eso fue algo que me impactó desde que lo vi. No me lo pude borrar de la mente nunca, y es lo que siempre recuerdo esa vez que salimos corriendo de la arena, de que la gente estaba tan enardecida que tuvimos que salir huyendo porque querían seguirle gritando a mi papá de cosas, y es algo que se me quedó grabado.
Yeah, he says one of the memories he has from his childhood that stuck with him forever was actually his father actually having to come out from the arena all dressed up because his dad was a heel. So this happened in one of the famous local arenas in Xochimilco.
Yeah.
So his dad had to leave from the arena almost dressed up because people were so mad, pissed. They almost wanted to fucking lynch him. So they saw his father leave and they had to chase after his dad so they could catch up with him and leave.
That's amazing. My great grandmother used to attack wrestlers at shows in the UK. So runs the she used to jump up on the ring apron and attack them with a shoe, and handbags and shit. Crazy.
Su gran bisabuela de él era la que golpeaba a los luchadores en el Reino Unido. Se subía y les daba.
Aquí pasaba similar, así la gente también se pone eufórica y con que traen la mano, ya sea bolsa, con todo, siempre le está dando a los luchadores, o sea que sabe de qué hablo entonces.
Yeah, he says that's common in Mexico to see people wanting to hit the wrestlers with anything they have in their hand.
Did you ever help defend your father from the fans? Did you have to fight any fans for him?
Que si alguna vez te tocó defender a tu papá de los fans.
No, siempre mi papá nos aclaró bien eso, que nosotros nunca peleáramos, porque él siempre fue rudo, fue malo, ¿no? Y siempre nos dijo, gríteme o lo que no me grite la gente, ustedes no se metan. Siempre nos lo aclaró bien, que era parte del negocio eso, de que la gente lo estuviera insultando y agrediendo. Sí nos quedamos con las ganas de defenderlo, pero nunca nos metimos con la gente. Sabíamos controlar esos nervios.
He says that his dad made it clear from the beginning that whatever people scream at him or throw at him is part of the business and they didn't have to get in. That all of that was just part of the business. But he said that, a few times he had to stay calm as he wanted to talk to a few fans.
That's awesome.
So my next question was, you debuted in CMLL in 2006 under Dr. Coronte Jr. My pronunciation is terrible. And Hijo del Coronte Jr. How did it feel to wrestle under your father's name?
Dice que en el 2006 debutaste para el consejo bajo el nombre de Dr. Caronte Jr. y después como hijo de Caronte Jr. Que cómo se sintió,
no, yo siempre...
Que cómo se sintió luchar bajo el nombre de tu papá?
No, yo primero fui el hijo del doctor Caronte, siempre luché bajo el hijo del doctor Caronte, ajá. Había pequeñas confusiones con la gente, pero el doctor Caronte Jr. eran mis otros hermanos. Yo era el hijo del doctor Caronte, pero fueron etapas de mi vida muy, muy gratificantes de haber tenido el nombre de mi padre, algo que me llenaba, algo que me llenaba mucho de orgullo y contento. La verdad, siempre estoy contento de estar bajo ese nombre del doctor Caronte.
It is that Dr. Caronte Jr.'s were his brothers. That was the confusion going on. But he always wrestled as Hijo del Caronte Jr. But he said wrestling under his dad's name was really prideful for him, and it fulfilled him as one of his dreams.
I can imagine it was amazing to do that.
Yeah.
This is quite a bit of a tradition. So the next one was how did the Argenis character come about? Was it something that AAA created with him? And did he come up with the kind of design for the mask and gear?
¿Cómo saliste con el personaje de Argenis? ¿Fue un concepto de AAA o ese concepto fue tuyo y tú saliste con el diseño de máscara o cómo fue?
No, fueron ideas de nosotros, no fue idea de AAA, es un nombre que ya veníamos manejando porque pues mi padre nos dijo que ya era como nuestra etapa de Carontes ya había terminado y si queramos seguir creciendo en el deporte tenemos que portar nuestro propio personaje y fue cuando decido yo cambiarme a Argenis y fue un diseño que me ayudaron a crear, no fue idea mía, fue en conjunto con otras personas, pero sí fue que tomamos la decisión por eso, porque mi padre nos dijo, ¿saben qué? Ya su etapa como Caronte se acabó, es momento que hagan su camino con su propio nombre y por eso fue el cambio de imagen.
It is actually the name and concept doesn't belong to AAA. That's a name and concept that he had been working since he was Caronte. But it came to the time where his dad told him, it's time to fly away. You know, and your time as Caronte is done. It's time for you to start doing your own career. So he came with the whole concept, the name, the whole design of the mask was his idea along with 2 other people.
That's good to hear. I hope he's got it trademarked.
Yes. part of our rewatching Lucha Underground and going into that history is revisiting all of the fun little battles over names that happened.
Que si lo tienes registrado el nombre.
No, sí está registrado. Sí está registrado, pero ya está registrado por AAA. Pero es que tenemos como un acuerdo, no tengo problema porque cuando lo registraron ellos, yo estuve consciente en todo momento, ellos también estuvieron conscientes de que el nombre es mío, o sea que no creo que exista algún problema, pero el nombre es completamente idea de nosotros.
The name's already registered. It's registered by AAA, but in conjunction with him, so they both agree that they were registered, but they're aware that the whole design, concept, name, all the whole idea belongs to him.
Oh, that's great. Can I ask what inspired the Argenis character as you were developing it separate from your family? What inspired? What makes it so individual from what you were before?
¿Cómo fue que te estabas inspirando en el concepto del nombre de Argenis en el diseño? ¿Qué es lo que te inspiró cuando te estabas ya separando del nombre de la familia a ser Argenis?
Porque el nombre de Argenis es en una obra literaria de John Barclay, que dice que fue alguien que entró al ejército contrario para hacer el bien. O sea que fue alguien bueno que se hizo malo para hacer el bien. Y a mí me gustó esa dualidad del personaje porque yo venía de ser rudo a paso a ser técnico. Y ahorita vuelvo a ser rudo otra vez, por eso fue esa dualidad del nombre que me gustó mucho del personaje de Argenis, que se prestó mucho para mi cambio de estilo de lucha de rudo a técnico. Eso fue lo que me encantó más que nada.
Is it actually the whole concept of the name came from a book from John Barclay? So the whole story develops from a guy that entered the military but he entered the military being a bad guy to fight the good guy. So he liked the whole concept, the whole dually of him being a heel transforming into this good guy now as Argenis. But now he's back to Argenis. So he says the whole concept played to his favor and everything.
Cool. Very cool. I think we want to ask a little bit about Lucha Underground. And the first thing before we get into all the details, I'm always curious because Lucha Underground made its mark on wrestling forever. Everyone is familiar with it. But before it came out on TV, it was just another one of those Lucha Libre in America TV shows that Conan was trying to do for years and years. I'm curious, what was your first impression of Lucha Underground when it was presented to you? And what was presented to you?
Dice que te quieren preguntar ahora de Lucha Underground. Dicen que Lucha Underground pues fue como un show, al empezar como un show americano basado en lucha libre, que un show como con el concepto que Conan siempre había querido hacer por varios años. Entonces, pero ¿qué pensaste tú del proyecto? ¿Qué fue lo que a ti se te presentó en el proyecto?
No, primero estuvo o sea, el concepto estuvo muy bien planteado, o sea, las historias eran increíbles. Nosotros íbamos a hacer lo que era nuestro trabajo, que era luchar, hacer lucha libre, y ellos hacían un trabajo espectacular en las cámaras, al llevarlo a una historia, a hacerlo una serie, era algo impactante de ver en televisión, cómo manejaban la historia, cómo producían lucha libre, fue algo para mí magnífico de ver, o sea, la forma en que ellos hacen la televisión, wow, era mágico. Ver nosotros como un vuelo o la pura entrada o el estar saliendo con la gente y lo hacía ver la producción tan grande y tan fuerte que era mágico para nosotros.
He said the whole concept was actually well planned. He liked the whole idea. Their job was to come to LA, do their job, which was wrestle, lucha style, and the whole production was in charge of the whole magic behind it. And they were actually surprised as to how production was building the whole dives out, the entrance to the ring. They were just amazed by the whole magic behind it.
That's cool. What was your impression the first time you saw an episode like on TV versus being there and having it filmed to being a part of it and then seeing how it turned out? Were you surprised?
¿Fue tu primera impresión al ver un primer episodio en TV a cuando tú estás ahí luchando, siendo parte de la producción? ¿Te sorprendiste?
Sí, fue wow, fue verlo, fue como verte en una película, la verdad fue algo grande, algo magnífico. Yo me encantó vernos a todos, no nada más a mí, a todos vernos en televisión porque fue un trabajo muy bien realizado.
He said he was amazed and like shocked when he saw the first episode on TV. It was a whole different idea, different concept to what they were used to. Actually, him and the rest of them really liked the way they came out on TV. Seeing themselves in TV was completely different from being there.
That's awesome. Who did you have any? I mean, it's such a wild world, the whole Lucha Underground, I guess, universe. Like, who did you talk to, or like, what creative plans did you have going on when you showed up? Like, did they have anything worked out for you when you got there? Yeah, because I don't know how else to describe it. It's so much more than just showing up to wrestle. Like, what were they trying to? It's all like comic book characters. So, like, what comic book characters were they trying to like try out for you? Yeah.
Dice que el universo mundo de Lucha Underground es totalmente diferente el concepto. ¿Qué fue lo que a ti se te presentó en el aspecto de personajes, un personaje como de cómic? ¿Qué fue lo que a ti se te presentó cuando llegaste a Underground?
No, a mí me encantó, ¿no? O sea, fue el que me ofrecían también el de Barrio Negro, ¿no? Cuando me ofrecieron ese, ¿o cuál dices?
You heard that right?
O en general.
Yeah.
You heard that right? Barrio Negro. He said it. When he first
fue
arrived,
algo que
Big Pop.
fue algo que me encantó.
Yeah, when he first arrived.
Fue algo,
Dale.
Fue algo que me encantó porque yo me voy como... Digo, dile.
He says that when he first arrived, the concept of Barrio Negro was presented to him. So he was kind of like, wow, this is something different. He liked the whole concept behind it.
Oh, I love that. I was, I think I was ringside with Justin and Casey when you guys debuted towards the end of season 1. Came out from the fog, beat everyone up.
Dice que él estaba abajo en las primeras filas cuando debutaron, que salieron detrás de lo que viene siendo el humo.
Oh, ya. Eso eran momentos muy grandes, ¿no? Era de esperar que toda la producción se realizara y en conjunción de nosotros fue algo tremendo. Ya cuando lo pasaban en televisión se veía completamente diferente, algo que nos gustaba mucho a nosotros verlo.
He said him.
Eso y cuando salimos de abajo del ring.
He says him and the rest of the guys with part of the principles of this, along with production, were in it together to make this a whole like surprise concept. And he said he liked the whole concept of it, even when they came out from the bottom of the ring.
That's awesome. We had Mirachi Loco on our show a little while ago, and I want to get your feelings on this. He complained that he couldn't wrestle Lucha in the Disciples of Death, and he hated it. How did you feel about that gimmick and how they that made you work?
Dice que hace poco tuvieron a Mariachi Loco y dice que como que se quejó del hecho de la idea que no los dejaban luchar estilo lucha libre. ¿Tú cómo te sentiste bajo Barrio Negro y la idea de luchar quizás diferente, o tú qué planes tenías?
No, fíjate que yo me sentía bien porque era un cambio de como de personalidad. Cuando luchabas de como Argenis, siempre técnico, y cuando éramos Barrio Negro, pues tenía el placer de hacer lo que yo quería, le podía pegar a todo el mundo y no había problema. Yo creo que por eso también fuimos campeones de tercias los discípulos de la muerte y pero no, yo creo que no hubo problema porque nos conjuntamos bien los tres discípulos de la muerte. Hubo buena conjunción, pero pues yo me sentía bien con el personaje. Creo que se me daba el lado oscuro.
He said he didn't have a problem with the character. He actually liked the way he portrayed the character. He felt right at home. He felt like himself because he was able to hit anyone he wanted in the ring. That's why all teams got along very well in the ring and became trio champs. And he said he liked it. That's why he's dark right now. He's under dark right now.
Because I was going to say, one of the questions we had was obviously they got to the trio championship and won the trio championship, and unfortunately Barrio Negro was killed off. We were just wondering if there was several other people were offered other characters when they were killed off, if in their main or if not secondary characters. And we just wonder if there was any other ones offered to him.
Dice que después de que terminaron el personaje de Barrio Negro, que si a otros o por ejemplo a ti se te ofreció otro personaje después de que mataron Barrio Negro.
No, más que nada fue como para ayudarnos a hacerlo de Argenis otra vez, hacerlo más fuerte a Argenis, y por eso cuando Barrio Negro muere, se enfocan ellos en que iba a haber como algo diferente para Argenis. Yo regresaba normal con mi nombre anterior.
No, they said actually after Barrio Negro got killed, they were going to focus on building him up as Argenis, making this huge star out of Argenis.
We heard.
Sorry, I was going to say the one thing that I always say on Lucha Underground was how Argenis, I thought, was not used to his potential,
right?
And is one of the balls that were dropped because the character had so much potential. And when he came in, Vampiro did the same way. He said he's like Wagner Jr. or La Parka. And for me, Argenis should have been a bigger character in Lucha Underground, and just wondered how he felt about how things played out.
Dice que para ellos dos y para él personalmente, para Milo, que no te usaron a tu potencial como Argenis, porque tenías mucho para dar y se podía haber explotado tu personaje, tu nombre, a una estrella grande. Se siente como que Vampiro hizo algo parecido y cambió las cosas. ¿Cómo sentiste tú con la idea de que quizás no te explotaron mucho más como Argenis?
Ese es uno de los riesgos que corremos nosotros como luchadores cuando decidimos por hombre, como el de Barrio Negro, que fue el que le dieron todo el potencial, porque a ese sí los impulsaron fuerte, porque éramos pues sus cómplices de 1000 muertes, y tendríamos que tener toda la proyección, esos 3 personajes, más que los que nosotros representábamos. En mi caso como Argenis, pues yo lo entendía, que ellos como empresa o como la serie lo pedía, tendrían que darle prioridad a sus personajes de ellos. O sea, se encargaron más en crecer sus nombres que los de nosotros, pero no me sentía mal, porque yo estaba seguro de la persona que estaba debajo de Barrio Negro era yo, pero sí hubiera querido que se hubiera explotado al 100 el personaje de Argenis.
He said that those are one of the risks that they go through, portraying another character. So he kind of understood that they had to blow up the whole characters of Barrio Negro, Barrio 13, and what was the other guy?
Sinestro?
Yeah, so he understood
Sinestro.
So all 3 had to be blown up because those were their house characters,
Mm-hmm.
So those are one of the risks that they go through. But he said that he would have wished that they would have exploded the name Argenis to a bigger star.
Yeah, it would have been great if they used your appearance and your name that you could market outside of Lucha Underground. You always had a great match when you were on the show, and it always seemed like you were on the verge of like almost something was going to happen. But yeah, I feel like they dropped the ball. I feel like they could have gotten so much more, especially in season 4. I know there was a lot of problems. Wish that you were on season 4.
Dice que para él sí siente que tiraron la pelota contigo, porque siempre tenías buenas luchas, que siempre se sentía como que el boom, ya viene el boom tuyo de Argenis. Y dice que siente que tiraron como la bola contigo, y especialmente en la 4ª temporada, que de plano pues dejaron todo perder ahí, pero pues, sabiendo que hubo como algunas cosas ahí adentro.
Ya es cuestión fue cuestión ya un poquito más de nosotros. Siempre cada lucha pues le echábamos en todo, ¿no? O sea, nosotros salíamos y yo trataba de dar el máximo para que la gente así lo sintiera, pero ya en cosas de producción y todo eso, pues sí, ya dependía más de ellos, no de nosotros como luchadores, pero yo siempre en cada lucha siempre le arriesgábamos con todo.
He said that for every match, he would always give his 100%. He would always risk it every match, go further and further. But as a production and everything has to do with production, that has to do with him. So there's nothing really he could do right there.
We've heard some rumors, and we wanted to ask about them. We heard some rumors that involve rabbits. And I was wondering if you could speak on anything regarding the rabbit tribe.
Dice que ellos han escuchado rumores de algún tribu que tiene que ver con un conejo. que si tú puedes hablar acerca de este tribu.
de algo íbamos a hacer, pero no se concretó por cuestiones de la cuarta temporada ya no se pudo realizar, pero sí algo iba a hacer porque era con los demás integrantes de los conejos, pero ya no se pudo hacer eso. Era cuestión también de que íbamos a retomar más que nada el nombre de Argenis, por eso se decide solamente dejarme como Argenis, y por cuestiones que hubo aquí bueno, broncas que hubo con las visas de trabajo, pues ya no pudimos ir a la cuarta temporada y ya no se hizo este proyecto.
He said that actually there was something that was going to go on with him and the Rabbit Tribe. And, you know, they were going to take the whole character of Argenis, get it involved with the Rabbit Tribe, but due to visa problems that have nothing to do with him and all that, well, all of that got him freeze.
Damn
it.
That would have been really fun and weird. I just want to talk about Lucha Underground so much. We'll move on in a minute, but do you have any favorite memories, any favorite matches, any favorite stories from your Lucha Underground time that you want to share?
Si tienes algunas anécdotas, aventuras, luchas favoritas de tu tiempo en Lucha Underground, de los que quieras platicar.
Sí, tengo, yo creo que tres así muy memorables, tres luchas muy memorables. La primera fue la primera vez que nos presentamos, porque debutábamos los tres, Angélico, yo, Aerostar, y creo que Brian Cage ya había luchado, no sé muy bien si había luchado, pero ahí nos presentábamos nosotros tres, y fue la primera vez, y iba a ser un dark match, y luego decidieron que no. A la hora de la hora nos dijeron, van directo a la televisión. Y fue algo sorprendente que nuestro lucha de debut fuera directo a televisión, y nosotros nos motivó más. Yo creo que la lucha fue de una de las mejores. Esa fue una. La segunda en contra de Fénix, que fue mano a mano en contra de Fénix, y la otra fue con Marty de Mod. Esas fueron unas de las tres luchas que más me han gustado de todo el tiempo allá en Lucha Underground. Fueron de las mejores que yo sentí que hubo de nuestra parte.
He says he has three great memories of Lucha Underground that come out right away. The first one is when they were about to make their debut, him, Angélico, and ¿quién era el otro?
Aerostar.
And Aerostar. So at the beginning, they got told, you know what, it's a dark match. But last minute, they got told, you guys are going straight to the TV episode. So that kind of amped them up even more because they got told, you're going straight to TV. That's how your debut is going to be in Lucha Underground, straight to TV.
Wow.
The second one would be his match one-on-one versus Phoenix. And the third one would be versus Marty the Moth, one-on-one.
Sí, esa de Marty la recuerdo bien porque me rompió la máscara y me sacó sangre. No sé si la recuerdes. Y fue una lucha dura, pero me gustó mucho.
He says that one, you guys still remember it. It was one of the hardest matches he's had because Marty ripped his mask and actually made him bleed.
Oh, with he was doing the fork thing at the
fork.
Yeah, con el tenedor, ¿verdad?
Sí.
Was Marty washing the forks before the matches?
Dice que si Marty estaba lavando los tenedores antes de la lucha.
Ya no supimos, pero no pasó nada, todo estuvo limpio.
Because he doesn't remember, but everything was safe.
Okay. He's a weird guy.
Porque dicen que
he's a friend of the show. But.
Yeah, I love him. That's awesome. Those are Marty and Phoenix are such contrasting, such different luchadors, different wrestlers. That's interesting that you have that the two of them stand out.
Dice que es interesante cómo esas dos luchas son de tus favoritas porque son dos estilos diferentes. Phoenix, por un lado, el tipo de luchador que es, y Marty, otro estilo.
Sí, por eso yo creo que también yo las tengo contempladas como de mis favoritas, porque pues Fénix es un luchador aéreo completamente y Marty es todo lo contrario, y adaptarte tú a los dos estilos de lucha es porque estamos completos. Yo quería demostrarles de qué estaba hecho, de que podía luchar tanto como aéreo como al estilo extraño de Marty.
He said that's why those are two of his favorite matches, because you see Phoenix being a full aerial wrestler and Marty having this strange way of wrestling. So he wanted to show people that he was a complete wrestler. He could wrestle full aerial, or he could wrestle a strange style of Marty.
It's very strange. Very strange, that man.
Claro, el Marty.
Sí.
Got another question, Byron?
Yeah, go for it.
Oh, no, I mean, you go on.
I don't know how Lucha Underground was awesome. I don't know. Go ahead with the next question.
We miss it.
Yeah.
I was going to say, you've wrestled for two of the biggest promotions in Mexico and for all Japan, obviously in Japan. And is there any companies currently around or any countries you'd like to wrestle in?
Dice que has luchado para dos de las promociones grandes en México y también has luchado para All Japan. Que si hay alguna compañía o país al que te gustaría ir a luchar.
Sí. De Japón pues, tuvimos la suerte de estar en All Japan, pero pues me gustaría regresar ya sea con New Japan o con Dragon Gate, que tienen un estilo muy bueno. Son escuelas de lucha bastante fuertes y ese estilo me gusta. Me gustaría regresar ya sea a Japón con ellos, ya sea de la mano de esas dos empresas, estaría perfecto.
Yeah, he feels very fortunate to actually have gone to Japan with All Japan, and he will like to go back this time either with New Japan or Dragon Gate, since those two are one of the strong styles companies that he likes that style.
Oh, it would be great to get you in with all the cruiserweights in New Japan. They have such a great pool of talent, and they work so well with luchadors that come over. Can I ask you what you think about the difference between the fans, the crowds between Mexico and Japan? How is it different?
¿Cuál crees que sea la diferencia entre los fanáticos de México y Japón? ¿Qué es lo que los hace quizás diferente?
No, que aquí en México es como los que están ahorita actualmente en Estados Unidos, que gritan y están enardecidos, tienen la oportunidad de estar cerca del ring y tocando. Cada vez que hacen un movimiento espectacular, la gente está en contacto, y en Japón no. En Japón la gente siempre está seria, rara vez que llegan a gritarle. O sea, normalmente sí es a los extranjeros, porque saben de que estamos acostumbrados a que la gente grite, la gente enardezca. Y esa es la diferencia más que nada, que ya la gente es más reservada y estamos nosotros más acostumbrados a estar al público enardecido, así al borde de la butaca.
Yes, actually the Mexican fans right now are like the current ones in the US. When they get all hyped up for any crazy dive, they're actually able to get close to the ring and start hitting the ring to get amped up. That's the type of Mexican fans right now. As for Japan, the people are more serious, more laid back, and if they do cheer or scream, it's very hardly they do that. Mm-hmm. But usually when they do it to the outside wrestlers coming from other countries.
Cool. Meef? Oh, Meef, we can't hear you.
Oh, there we go. I pressed mute.
He has a mute button and it's the wrong time to use it.
So I was going to say, on the back of wanting to go to like New Japan and wrestle strong style, is there any particular wrestlers from around the world, like different styles and what have you, but is there any wrestlers in particular you'd like to fight at the minute?
Dice que de todos los luchadores ahorita en el circuito, de strong style o no strong style, si hay algunos de los que te gustaría enfrentar en este momento.
Fíjate que actualmente ahorita uno tenía la fortuna de conocerlo y incluso es paisano mío, bueno, es paisano de nosotros, ¿no? Que es mexicano, es Bandido, es un exponente bastante fuerte. Yo creo que con él me gustaría medirme porque está catalogado actualmente como una de las mejores estrellas y he tenido la oportunidad de coincidir en el gimnasio con él y se nos acopla bastante el estilo y con él me gustaría medirme para ver qué tal es.
One of the guys is actually Bandido. He would like to face Bandido. You know, Bandido's considered one of the top stars right now in the whole wrestling business. You know, and he's actually met with Bandido a few times in the gym, and they've kind of practiced. You know, and they say they have chemistry in the ring. So that's one of the guys he wants to actually would like to face and show the people what he's capable of.
I'd like to see that match because of strength. Because they're both really kind of strong, kind of like, you know. Oh God, what was I going to say? I've lost it.
In 2000, I'm gonna read one of the questions.
Okay.
In 2000, do you want to read this one? Did you find it?
No, you go for it.
Okay, so 2017, Rey de Reyes champion. How awesome was that? And do you still have the sword?
En el 2017 ganaste Rey de Reyes. Dice, qué padre fue eso. Y que si todavía tienes la espada.
Sí, a ver, espérame, pásame. Sí, es un reconocimiento importante porque no es como un cinturón. No es un cinturón que lo van teniendo diferentes luchadores, sino es un trofeo único que lo ganas ese año y se te queda para ti y es para siempre.
No.
Oh my God.
I'm going to full frame you right now. This is awesome.
Wow.
Look at that.
Jeez. Wow. It's like a hardcore trophy. This is amazing.
It's a sword. It's not a trophy.
No, what I mean is they give it a bag for it and everything.
Yeah. Whoa.
Oh, wow.
Look at that.
That's amazing.
Toda.
Yeah.
So cool.
There's no home invaders with that.
Esto es lo importante de este torneo y este trofeo que es único, o sea que te lo quedas tú para tu colección.
He says that actually it's a very special trophy for him and it's very unique for him. The reason is that it's not like a belt where you can wrestle for it and you're lucky you'll win it or other guys will take it. No. As for this trophy, it's unique because they get to win it, they keep it, and it's going to be already in the history. You know, It's a one-time thing per year.
Yeah.
So that's a special part of it, that you can only win it once a year, and you get to keep the whole trophy as to, compared to a belt. You know,
it's better than Tejano's guitar.
Yeah.
Tenía como un año que no la sacaba, ¿eh?
First time he's taking it out after 1 year.
Oh, wow.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much for that.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. We're nerds, so that for us is amazing.
Yeah. So yeah, you're telling us but like what does that mean for you? What did that mean for you at the time when you were winning it? Were you what did it in 2000
for the future?
Yeah.
¿Qué significó para ti al ganarlo? ¿Qué significó para ti en tu futuro? ¿Qué es lo que mirabas hacia tu futuro al instante de ganarlo?
No, me cayó en un buen momento porque justamente veníamos de Estados Unidos haciendo fuerte ruido de campaña. Venir a México, venimos al torneo y había grandes exponentes, entre ellos La Parca, Averno, Chessman, El Elegido. O sea, había mucho talento que lo pudo haber ganado, pero me cayó en el mejor momento porque pude demostrarle a la gente de que no venía de que me regalaban algo, sino que me lo estaba todo ganando con mi propio esfuerzo, y esto vino a callar la boca a mucha gente que decía que todo me lo regalaban, por ser hermano de o hijo de, y no, fue por mi propio esfuerzo que yo gané la espada en 2017.
It says that actually winning the trophy or the tournament came at the right time, because he was barely, literally arriving from the U.S. after making a strong campaign in Lucha Underground, and being part of the tournament, facing strong rivals, opponents, the other guys could have won it, but that just proved and showed people that he wasn't getting anything for free, or because he was the son of or the brother of. That he actually won the trophy because of who he is, the talent he has.
Great.
Yeah, that's definitely good to hear, because obviously coming out of the back end of Lucha Underground there, and it's wondering what's going to happen next, which is one of my next questions, which was, oh god, there we go. The recent rivalry with Mr. Junior?
Yeah.
Mr. C. You basically call it a rip-off of your brother's character from before. Do you see this rivalry leading to a mask versus mask match?
Dice que la reciente rivalidad con Mr. C. Jr., siendo una copia del personaje de tu hermano, ¿crees que esta rivalidad llegue quizás a un máscara contra máscara en el futuro?
Pues como iban las cosas, yo creo que sí. Como iban las cosas, sí se iba a dar ese encuentro. Pues yo ya había aventado la moneda, solamente él a ver qué apostaba, pero si él no quería, todo depende de lo que él dijera. Si él lo aceptaba, pues adelante, yo ya no me iba a rajar. Si él quiere seguir regresando la rivalidad, pues nos vamos a seguir dando. Si ya quiere doblar las manos, pues que se quite el nombre y se quite la máscara que le queda grande.
It's just with how things were going, that most likely a mask versus mask was in the future. That he, at one of the events, he actually challenged him, for a mask versus mask, or actually just threw a challenge out there for him. It was just up to Mr. C. Jr. for him to answer, but he says if he wants to keep going at it with this whole rivalry between both of them, that he's open to it, and he's ready to go face to face or whatever he wants. He's ready to go one-on-one with him. That he's not backing down. He's not backing down. And if the other guy wants to back down, that it's time for him to take away the mask, leave the whole character behind, and go back to his old character.
I like that I like you're sticking up for family even though you've branched off.
Dice que le gusta que defiendas a la familia aunque te hayas separado en el aspecto del nombre.
No, sí. Es lo que defendemos, el honor y el legado de la familia.
That's what he's actually defending, the honor and legacy of the family.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the other things, Casey, our other podcaster, wanted to ask was, do you help out at your brother's gym? And is there any kind of young talent there you see coming through that you think could possibly be the next big thing coming out of Mexico?
Que si ayudas en el gimnasio de tu hermano y que si ves talento que viene ahí, que viene ya empujando, que piensas que la vaya a hacer en grande.
Sí, estamos ahí estamos con las clases de lucha. Y sí hay talento actual que hay que apoyar ahí en el gimnasio, y sí le estamos dando bastante seguimiento a toda esa gente que luego no tiene la posibilidad de que los vean en grandes empresas, y el gimnasio de mi hermano es una plataforma para que los volteen a ver más rápido.
He actually is helping out at the gym, giving out lucha lessons, and actually there is talent, up and coming talent that he sees that are going to actually break out in the business. And the gym is actually like another platform for the people to see this up and coming talent.
It's good to hear he's passing on to the next generation while still being quite current and helping out. It's on to gear, because this is my favourite subject.
Oh, here we go.
I noticed recently the mask got a facelift. Is that something you kind of actively do, kind of keep things fresh and new? And how important is it to have a good gear and mask maker?
Dice que recientemente tu imagen, el diseño, lo has renovado. Que si es algo que haces constantemente para seguir renovando, estar como en la boca de la gente, y que qué tan importante es el mascarero y un buen diseño de imagen, de equipo.
No le pides con los mascareros porque no vamos a hablar del guango ese. No, sí, es algo que hay que hacer constantemente nosotros por el gusto de la afición. O sea, este es un estilo rudo, ya no tiene nada que ver con el técnico, respetando mi diseño, que es lo principal. Solamente lo que le agregamos fueron las esquinas y todo eso, pero es el mismo diseño, solamente tratamos de que se vea un poco más agresivo. Cuando la luz está apagada se vea más rudo, eso es lo que me gusta. Hay que respetar el diseño, pero siempre hay que estar innovando cosas para estar en el agrado de la gente, eso es lo principal. Y claro, que tiene que ver que el mascarero sea alguien reconocido para que la calidad del trabajo se vea. Cuando alguien te ve de cerca o se ve en televisión, se vea la diferencia de una buena máscara a una máscara mal hecha.
He says when upgrading the whole design image is actually for the love of the business and actually for the audience to like it. You know, and the gear is very important because it attracts people, you know, and he wants people to like what they see in the ring. And having a good mask maker is important so they can see good quality on TV and if they want to buy it.
I don't know who'd want to buy your masks. I don't understand that.
¿Tienes una de las nuevas?
¿Mande? Sí.
And actually, the black one he's wearing, that's actually the heel side of him.
Yeah.
Very, very
It's dark and has a few additions on the corners. ¿Te puedes poner una de las nuevas?
¿Una de las nuevas? Sí.
Sí.
La roja, por favor.
And he's going to wear actually one of the new ones.
Ooh.
Don't take it off on camera.
No, it's the magic moment. It's the trick, the most amazing trick in the world.
Hey, Joe, that one's going to go up in your collection.
Yeah, I've got space.
Yeah, you got.
Yeah. Like, that's one of the new ones.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
son los ojos más abiertos, un poquito diferente, cambia un poquito más.
The eyes a little bit bigger. That's basically like the upgrade, and the design is a little bit larger too. The wings.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome.
Wow.
With gear and with the designs and being in a multi-generational wrestling family, have you noticed, or what are the changes from your grandfather to your father with gear, with the designs and so through the generations, what are the changes in gear that you've noticed in designs, in masks?
Oh, okay.
Like they were much more simple, back, grandfather, father masks, and now you have something very intricate like this.
They're no longer lame, they're different materials now as well.
Yeah.
Dice que con el paso del tiempo, ¿cómo has mirado tú los cambios de máscara, de imagen, a como cuando tu papá las usaba? ¿Qué crees que ha evolucionado? ¿Qué es lo que los hace ahorita muy intrigantes, las máscaras, los diseños, hoy en día?
Y no, es que antes se basaba en un diseño simple y sencillo, o sea, eran clásicos, eran simples líneas y fuimos evolucionando conforme evolucionó el público. Ahora el público es más exigente, le gustan las máscaras más elaboradas, más vistosas, más brillosas y por eso nosotros mismos tenemos que ir evolucionando con colores, con telas, con todo que sea diferente para que le agrade al público, pero sí hay diferencia de una a otra, más que nada porque antes eran clásicas, eran así el estilo.
There's a huge difference from back in the days to now. Back in the days, they had the classic designs, just simple, straightforward. And now they have changed because of how the fans have changed also. Fans like now this whole shining design, you know, the whole concept, the image, when it shines, they like the colors. Because that's why they have to change according also to what the fans want. Because the fans are also very demanding in regards to the whole colors, designs, everything.
It's like the difference between.
Déjate muestro la diferencia en una sola máscara. Espérame.
He's gonna show you the difference in one mask.
Ooh. Go full frame. No way.
Este lado es el diseño de mi padre y este es el mío.
So those
Ve ahí la diferencia completa en una sola máscara.
So that's
Este era el estilo clásico y este es el actual.
So that mask consists of two designs. His design and his dad's design. On one side you can see the classical design, straightforward. And on the other side you can see his design being more developed, more out there.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm going to say this just for the people who are only listening, because we do audio and video. So yeah, half the mask is traditional. It's very simplistic, and the other half has the current design on it with the wings and
also details
and not all the details. It's very, very cool. If you're listening, I definitely recommend going to the YouTube and seeing the video. We'll try and post a couple pictures too. That's a really cool mask. I love it.
Están explicando la diferencia de la máscara para los que vayan a ver el video y los que estén escuchando. Por una parte tienes tu diseño llamativo con más diseño, y por otro lado el diseño de tu papá, más clásico y tradicional. Y dicen que la máscara les fascina cómo se mira entre las dos diferencias.
Sí, son dos épocas diferentes en una misma.
Two different versions. Back in the day, when his dad was wrestling, to the current era. Two eras in one mask.
We like those.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
good comes the right place.
Joe, add it to your collection.
See, I told you to try and sell me something live on air. The one question that I have, just because I'm obsessed with football, is which team does he support football in Mexico, and if so, who? But does he have an English team?
Dice que en México se sabe que el fútbol es como algo tradicional allá, ¿verdad? Que si tú tienes un equipo favorito específicamente del fútbol del Reino Unido.
Sí, me gusta verlo, porque también es la diferencia del fútbol mexicano al de allá. Allá es más como más técnico, ¿no? Más limpio. Me gusta mucho verlo, pero un equipo así en que sea mi consentido no tengo un específico, pero sí me gusta mucho ver el fútbol europeo, más que nada por la limpieza de las jugadas. Es diferente, es otro estilo completo.
He likes to see European soccer, English soccer. You can see the difference as to the Mexican soccer league. In Europe, it's more clean, more technical. So that's what he likes to see, you know, the cleanliness, the technicality as compared to Mexico. It's a whole different world. But he doesn't have a favorite team.
Next season.
That question was just so Meef could talk about Leeds.
Próxima temporada, dice el equipo de Leeds.
We have Marcelo Bielsa used to be the manager of Club America, and he's just ended 16 years of us being out of the top division in England. So I'm very happy right now.
Dice que el que era técnico del América acaba de subir al equipo de ellos de Leeds a la primera liga. Después de
Yo le voy a la América. Ya, o sea que tiene buen capitán, tiene buen director, así que no hay problema, que confíe en él.
You guys have a good coach, so trust in him.
Yeah, love him. He's mental.
Cool. So, Meef, do you have? Your headphones look weird. Do you have any? Yes. Yeah.
No. I was just going to say, I've run out of questions.
Okay. Yeah.
But I was going to say, is there any best ways to get hold of you for buying any of the merchandise, t-shirts and masks and?
Tus redes sociales donde te puedan contactar para mercancía, máscaras, cosas así.
Yeah, plug all your stuff right now. Websites,
Instagram y Twitter es Argenis Caronte, o por Facebook es Caronte Argenis, o la página oficial que es Argenis AAA. En cualquiera de esas nos encuentran. Ahí podemos venderles todo menos cariño. Les podemos pedir todas las playeras y productos oficiales por esas redes.
Instagram y Twitter es Caronte Argenis. His personal Facebook es Caronte Argenis, también le da en Facebook.
Sí.
And his fan page is Argenis AAA or at Argenis Oficial.
Okay, yeah.
We'll definitely be putting all the links in our
we'll
when we
get
post
the
the
links
video.
from you and post them in. Yeah, we can.
Right
there we go. All right. We'll get it so people can see. Yeah, that's awesome.
That's his fan page. And he's there. You guys could hit him up there and any of the social media, or you can contact me and I'll get a hold of him.
Cool.
Just in case anybody doesn't know, 95% of what's behind me and to my right, Marco actually sold me.
Yeah, I got it.
It's the reason I'm obsessed with masks.
Yeah. O sea que tú eres causante, Marco, de toda esa colección, casi.
Sí, el 95%.
Wait, what are you guys saying?
I don't want to know.
Yeah, so
aparte de ser buen traductor, eres buen vendedor también, Marco.
He says, besides being a good translator, I'm also a good seller.
Yeah,
we can attest to that.
Very, very aware of that. Yes. So I think to wrap this up, want to ask you what your goals are, what we should be on the lookout for your career moving forward when COVID and everything goes away. What's in store for Argenis?
Dice ya como para finalizar, ¿qué es lo que podemos esperar de ti? ¿Cuáles son tus metas? ¿Y qué es lo que viene en el futuro para Argenis después de que pase toda esta pandemia?
Pues ahorita lo que estamos haciendo es concentrándonos muy bien, porque vamos a regresar con un estilo diferente. Ya lo van a ver ustedes mismos. La lucha libre va a sufrir un cambio también aquí por cuestiones de lo que pasó a nivel mundial. Yo creo que se van a manejar igual que allá, más mano a mano, y nos estamos enfocando más en eso. Yo creo que se van a poder dar cuenta de lo que estamos hechos así en un mano a mano y a demostrarle a la gente. Pero de Argenis van a esperar ahorita un nuevo brillo, porque después de tanto receso vamos a regresar con todo.
Right now he's focusing on coming back stronger, and he's actually focusing on matches one-on-one, since Lucha Libre is going to go through a whole different change after this whole pandemic. And it looks like they're going to focus on one-on-one matches more. So he's ready. He's anxious to go back to the ring, and he's ready to show people what he's capable of so they can see that he can actually go at it one-on-one.
Oh, that's really interesting. I hadn't thought about that. That's a great point, going from the traditional tag matches.
And also, he says expect a whole different style coming out of him.
Oh, very, very cool. Neef, do you have anything? I think. Do you wanna try and buy a mask right now while we have them? Okay. I guess that's a soft maybe. Argenis, thank you so much for joining us. This is a great honor for us to have you on the show. You're welcome back anytime, and we wish you the best of luck.
Gracias por estar en el show. Muy agradecido contigo por aceptar la invitación. Eres bienvenido cuando gustes de regreso al show y esperan estar viéndote más seguido.
Muchas gracias, muchas gracias. Yo también estoy muy contento y muy agradecido por brindarnos un espacio más, y aunque pues lo hayamos hecho de esta forma, yo estoy muy contento. Gracias a ti, Marco, por ayudarme mucho, y a ellos muchas gracias por su tiempo.
I just thank you guys for inviting me over. Sadly, we had to do it this way because of the whole situation going on, and he's happy about the whole interview.
Great. Hopefully we get to do it again at a show in the near future.
Ojalá la próxima entrevista se pueda volver a hacer en un show.
Gracias. Esperemos.
That was the Argenis interview. What's his handles? Where can people find Argenis there, Meatloaf? Do you know?
Caronte Argenis on Instagram and Twitter, I believe.
That's Aaronte.
Yep. And on Facebook, he has Argenis AAA and Argenis Caronte. Mm-hmm. The Argenis AAA is the fan page. And if you want to buy anything, those lovely, lovely masks that we were showing on the show, contact him on any of those. And also our good friend Marco stepped in to translate for us. Thanks. One of the OG LU guys.
Yes, thank you so much, Marco, for helping us set that up, and B, being a part of it. We really seriously appreciate you. Wish I could have been there, but you guys actually did a decent job. I can't believe I'm saying this, Casey. Why am I saying this?
Thank you.
Justin, I feel like we should be a little transparent with our audience right now.
I like that you guys are complimenting our interview because you watched it.
And tell them that, yes, that interview was great, but both me and Justin have jobs now, so we had other shit to do.
Jobs, man.
Yeah, we couldn't make it.
We couldn't make it.
So I thought it was No, it was awesome. I thought it was really interesting how he showed. We talked a bit about the gear, how it's changed from generation to generation. He showed us a mask that has half of his dad and half of his. And that was really cool. But he also mentioned moving forward, he's preparing more for singles matches. He thinks Lucha Libre, or he said Lucha Libre is going to be doing a lot more singles matches now. Traditionally, they have a lot of tag matches.
Yeah.
And
that kind of has been where he's fallen for a lot of his
And he's looking forward to being able to show what he can do rather than having the odd minute long burst in a match.
Well, it's good. It's like the single 20-minute classic is not necessarily an oddity anymore. It is very much a regular part of any type of wrestling these days. So any performer that can get themselves in the mix there, it's a different style. And for a lot of the Lucha Libre guys, it's a little different ring psychology, obviously. So it takes a little getting used to, but I think he can pull it off great.
Yeah, I mean, he said that he much prefers doing strong style. And he really wants to wrestle that style more and just kind of show them. Again, this is the argument we had with the Santos Escobar promo, was that really the art of Lucha Libre is mat wrestling. If you look at the best ones, Angelico studied under, I always get them mixed up, Casey, who is it?
Negro Navarro.
That's it, yeah. I always get mixed up with Cassis for some strange reason, I don't know why. But yeah, like those guys, mat wrestling and submission holds and everything are just amazing to watch.
And El Dandy. Let's not forget El Dandy.
El Dandy.
Who are you to doubt El Dandy? Well, that's going to make my notes for his match on this Lucha Underground episode really suck, because it was all about how much I love 6-man matches and they're like my favorite, but whatever.
Lucha-Masks.com, in partnership with Mask Republic, give you personal protective masks to keep you Lucha strong in the fight versus COVID-19. With world-class luchadors Blue Demon Jr., the Lucha Brothers, LA Park, Ultimo Dragon, Cain Velasquez, Conan, and so much more. Head to Lucha-Masks.com and you too can become a masked warrior. Lucha-Masks.com, powered by Pro Wrestling Revolution.
All you gotta do, get on your little computer type machine there and go to www.lucha-masks.com And you too can be in all the new fits. I was wearing this down in San Diego this week. I said it earlier, got some good compliments on it. It was in Ray Phoenix's new hometown because he was posting from a grocery store really just down the street. I wish I could have run over, but I was working my butt off. I love this thing, man. I wore it outside, and I had to wear a mask for 12 to 14 hours a day. I was doing B-roll stuff all over San Diego, and I wore this mask the entire day. Totally comfortable, even in the heat. Did get a little weird suntan. I'm getting like a Lucha Mask face tan instead of a farmer's tan. But anyway, I love these things.
We've seen that picture. There's nothing wrong with that mask. That mask didn't give you a tan.
Well, no,
I'm
not talking about the sunburn. Oh my God, the
Jesus Christ!
I wore this mask to the Mount Kilimanjaro. Solomon, my son.
I'm kind of pissed too that I missed out on the Venom mask, but I didn't want to order it because I didn't have anywhere to ship it. I'm on the road filming for 7 weeks, and I don't know where to get it shipped to. I should have had it shipped to one of you guys.
Kilimanjaro, we hunted the mighty white tiger, known as Muhammadiya. Yes, Father. I bring you the Zodiac. Yes.
Uh-oh.
No. Yes.
Byron has just quit the show. Byron's hanging himself.
I think Byron's probably bought the Venom mask. I feel they've still got some Ray Phoenix Venoms, I think.
From the 7 seas, I bring the shark.
They do as of the time of this recording, but by the time you listen to this podcast, those Ray Phoenix Venom ones might be gone. We'll find out. Anyway.
And it was based off my very mask.
Which one?
The Abudadine.
Abudadine.
That
the
one.
Master of Snakes and the Keeper of the Lock and Key.
So many issues. Well, let's get into it. So this week we are watching Lucha Underground Season 1, Episode 12. They call him Cage.
Or in German, Herr kommt Cage.
Herr kommt Cage.
Cage.
This is wirklich.
That makes me uncomfortable.
Well, it's Here Comes Cage, so just to make you feel better.
I honestly don't know why they named this episode after him anyway, because it's really not a ton about him, but let's get into it. So off the bat, we do get a little bit of Cage. Vignette 1, Dario tells a weightlifting yoked ass Cage, probably the most yoked I've seen him ever. You know, not that he's a flabby guy, but like there's a level of definition going on at this particular point. I don't know if it was Skip's lighting or what was going on, but the dude looked ripped.
Byron can tell you about every inch of that body.
He works. What's that supposed to mean?
Wow. I will get into that too. So, but Dario tells Cage he's got his title match tonight, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yay.
But Cage corrects him and he says, no, I'm going to win the match. I'm a machine. And at this point, I remember as a viewer of the show, talking and casing you guys, we started to question certain things about what is running the machine.
Like what? Oh, I got you. Skynet. Skynet's running the machine.
I mean, maybe it's a computer from like 1992 when the movie came out.
Right. Skynet came out of a TRS 80. The
ZX.
ZX.
Wow. Trying to have a conversation with him like a professional, like, hey man, I got your job, got you your match. That's cool, right? And he's like, I'm a machine. It's like, okay, that's the only thing you've been saying since you showed up.
Cage go smash.
But it worked a little bit. I mean, I wasn't mad at it watching it when it first aired or now. I enjoyed it. I thought the scene was fine.
I got excited. We're gonna have Terminators.
So then we go into our first match, one of the Lucha Underground feuds that is probably one of the better lifetime feuds over the course of Lucha Underground. Phoenix, just plain old Phoenix back in these days. Phoenix versus Mil Muertes.
Yeah.
And Katrina's dress.
Woo! Yeah.
So
I don't know. This one wasn't my favorite Katrina dress, to tell you the truth.
No, but I like the color combination.
You liked because it was an arrow pointing down to the thing.
No, I liked the actual design of it. It was really nice.
Because
I'm not hating on you liking the design.
Like that. Yeah, it's a really nice.
And I tend to like
a classic kind of color combination. And I really appreciate the aesthetics.
I liked more the kind of pencil skirt mini dress thing that she had before, the secretary-ish kind of thing, which she didn't do much later either, but that was probably one of my favorites. But this is close too. This is a cool outfit.
I like this is more like an evening dress, like maybe going for cocktails or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I like the line that she was ferociously sexy, and I have adjusted my dating profiles appropriately.
Yeah, dude, I was having computer issues when I come back to dating profile talk. What fucking show am I on?
Currently ferociously sexy online. So, I mean, they're definitely going to realize he's ferocious. But
Phoenix was in his Mexico colors, so that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I loved that gear too, and I was looking at that going, man, if I was ever going to have bought a Phoenix mask, why did I not buy that one?
I could have got you the trousers.
I don't want his pantalones.
Not the one on the outside either.
I could have got you his fucking trousers. Jesus.
This is what happens when a bunch of American dudes do a show about Lucha Libre and invite their British buddy to do the hosting with them.
I think we just created the Meatloaf shirt has been created. It's just a picture of me saying I could get you his trousers.
I love it. And he wonders why.
Trousers? I'll get you trousers.
Wrestling. Yeah, you want trousers? I'll get you trousers. Anyway, yeah. So I know, Casey, the Phoenix Mil Muertes feud is probably one of your favorites in Lucha Underground too.
What is Casey doing, leaning back with his pants off?
Dude, that's why I turned off.
He wants to show you the tip.
Yeah. Anyway, have you guys ever seen a backflip off of a punch?
I have.
Yes.
In this.
Sorry, did we blow your whole thing there, Byron? Yes, of course we have.
No, that's
I've seen Zack Sabre matches.
I was
no, that's just blows. He said blows, just different thing.
Oh, okay.
Oh, there's the
so
tip,
anyway, the real question I had that I want to get back to is Casey, Phoenix, Mil Muertes. That's one of your favorite feuds in Lucha Underground, isn't it?
Yes.
Great answer. Let's move on.
No, but you know what? This match, the finish sucked, and I hated it. But hey, the rest of the match was good.
I think you're still building towards the greatness that's coming, and it's weird for us because we know it's coming. But yeah, so why didn't you like it? What was wrong with it besides Stryker?
Krista Joseph. Basically, having someone steal a pin like that is fine, but at least have the heel beat the shit out of him for revenge. I think it's coming before the grave consequences anyway, and like a vignette or something. We just haven't seen it, but still, kick him in the dick or something for it. Come on.
So you don't like, first of all, you're going to ruin
get his feet back
later in the episode, but you just don't like the part of the story that you're in.
Right. And I also have been watching Wing, where they used a casket match as the first match in a feud.
That's amazing.
It's a new start.
Yeah, we're going to start off with everyone dead, and then we'll move on from there to the next logical thing.
They went from a casket match to a barbed wire bat triple threat.
Oh wow!
Did they kill Michael Myers as well?
I think that Will Ferrell's that fight.
Speaking of punches, I do have to say though that Stryker's comment of "you can know all the names of the moves, but that there is called a right hand." Can you know all the names of the? But can you know all the names of the moves?
I do.
I mean, technically, it's also a punch. I mean, that's another name for it.
Yeah.
I think the question you're asking is, does Matt Stryker know the name of all the moves? And no, he doesn't, because he is not the true champion that is Professor Casey that knows the
wrestling move game.
And was that a straight punch as well, rather than a right hand? It could have been. Definitely wasn't a right hook, but
it was a right cross.
Semi truck.
Casey is correct. That was technically a right cross, I believe, even though I'm not watching it right now. But if my memory serves, that was in fact a right cross. I do like that you're getting a better build, I think, at this point of the monster that Mil Muertes is. Like Phoenix threw the kitchen sink at him. Phoenix got to throw all sorts of stuff at him. It wasn't the flashiest Phoenix we've seen or will see. But I like that you're getting this. The middle part of that story worked for me of Phoenix really trying to go all out. And
I thought the beginning too, where Phoenix is hitting him 5 times and he just has to punch him once to fucking murder him. That's
great.
Cool.
And we were talking about that a couple weeks ago too of the wrestling punch. Like obviously in Lucha Underground, the rule set says nothing about a closed fist, so that doesn't really apply. But at least in this particular instance, they made it matter. Where they don't make it matter later on is every time that Johnny Mundo throws a right hand, people are just kind of like, ah.
Yeah, but to be fair, it's a Johnny Mundo punch. Isn't it?
Yeah, if he really punched you, you would have that reaction.
But he does tend to throw stuntman punches. But in the movies, they still hurt.
Segment where Johnny Mundo punches us all in the face on the show, and I'm for it. I'm all for it.
All right, let's do it.
That would be a great little thing.
By the way, I haven't noticed this in a few episodes. They had a live band, and there's a noticeable difference in the energy of the crowd.
Yeah, it's a hot thing. My notes that was crowd.
I'm good at within your notes. You didn't bring it up me if that was helpful.
Did you notice how much tighter and better the editing was this episode too? Like compared to last week?
Yeah, I think.
I really missed having 2 reruns of the catch up.
Yeah,
I could have done with a 30-second
pitched out and had to tighten up their game or something. You know?
So up next is one of Byron's favorite things, Cage's package.
Yeah, dude, this was a good package. It wasn't the biggest package, but
it noticeably stood out, even though it wasn't the biggest package.
It wasn't the biggest package, but it's how you use your package.
I read on Twitter it's the best package.
There's a lot of smashing as well. A lot of smashing.
Has Melissa Santos said it's the best package?
It's the best package that toy packages should
be. Look, I don't feel like I'm putting her on blast at all. Everybody, look, for the record, everybody in the world knows Cage and Melissa's business. They're not exactly shy people. And it's fine. Like I don't hate on them at all. Like,
and for those of you that don't know the joke, she tweeted or said on Instagram that Cage's dick was so good that they should make sex toys out of his dick so everyone else could have it.
That's the best dick ever.
Yeah,
she appreciates her man. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. If she's not afraid to talk about it, let her talk about it. It's not.
Don't be Stockholm syndrome.
That tweet absolutely slayed all of us to where we can't stop repeating it on this show.
Yeah.
Constantly.
I mean, I did have to mute accounts on social media, but if someone, hold on, when people have said that, I have greatly appreciated the compliment, and so I respect that she's saying something sweet to her man.
So you're saying you're in the Cage package department?
Yeah, because I've had the exact same thing said about me numerous times by Byron's mom, and I appreciate it every time.
Wow.
I'm so big because she gave me biscuits after.
I don't know where any of this is going. I don't know any of. I don't comprehend any of this British
anyway
stuff.
Broken bottle spot. They did the broken bottle spot, and they filmed this in a parking lot without the cars.
Yeah. This was kind of fun. This wasn't. I felt like this was the predecessor to the better Darewolf one we get later. But he's getting kind of the same entrance that they gave PJ.
Not better. No.
Interesting note about the cars, though. They were the cars used at the end of this season whenever he drives off. Yeah. So the guy gets thrown into Cuerno's truck.
So it's everyone's real cars, is what you're saying.
And then there's a green car, which I believe were, I can't remember who that was. Might be Driver.
I'm pretty sure Dorian made Cuerno drive up every week anyway, so that probably really is his truck.
That was a Chevy 57.
Silverado, right?
Yeah. Silverado, yeah. With the side bars.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. You know what? I would rather have a fucking plane ticket. Yeah.
And when doing shows in northern Cali or northern Mexico, having actual restrooms, that'd probably be nice too, right?
Oh yeah. Buckets are cool. Buckets are fun.
You get a good bucket. It's not that
buckets
bad.
Are fine. So
we got bucket sponsorship. There we go.
We all agree, basically.
Mr. Bucket. Balls pop out of his mouth.
We all agree that Cage's package is serviceable. Then.
Yeah, it was a decent package, not for length, but for activity.
Great.
Body.
So he gets himself over, and eventually he gets the girl. So
I bet he has a sponsor, and it smells great.
Let's move into talking about our friend, our buddy, Argenis. And what I kind of looked at was the early incarnation of the Super Friends that we later get. Of putting together 3 like real luchadors who are kind of mid-card guys from Mexico, but really giving them a chance to work together and shine in 6-man tag action. We have Superfly, Argenis, and Aerostar versus the
Casey
Crew.
will tell you, though. Casey will tell you that this is a lineup that is very seen down in Mexico.
Yeah, it is, but also I want to say that calling Aerostar's push in AAA a mid-card push is very, very generous because AAA treated him like shit for years. But
okay, it's wild though. Him in this match, I made the connection right away. Like he looked, and Rey wasn't wrestling at the time. He looked like a newer, maybe smaller junior Rey Mysterio.
Yeah, I mean, I was a big fan of his for years before he came to Lucha Underground, and I actually didn't like Superfly in Mexico because I felt like Superfly got the push that Aerostar should have because they were all teammates.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, he got to do the feud with Super Calo and take
But didn't Superfly get that push because he was helping train, so he had favor in the back, like he was kind of agenting or something?
And also,
I think he got the push because he's willing to lose his mask is what's up.
And who lost his mask? Who beat him for his mask though?
Yeah.
Superfly. Aerostar.
Yeah, Aerostar did take Superfly's mask, but it would have meant a lot more to take Super Calo's mask, a fucking legend.
Yeah,
right.
With the hat and the sunglasses, like I'm wearing right now, but they were part of his fucking mask.
I think Argenis replaced his brother in the team, didn't he?
Yeah,
because he wasn't a full-time member to begin with, and then
he was kind of an ancillary member. That he ended up getting his way onto the team, though.
Yeah.
My favorite incarnation was when they had like the Air Force going, and it was Laredo Kid, Superfly, Aerostar, Pegaso. Who? What the fuck happened to that guy? I know he went to CMLL and lost his mask and shit.
Ready?
Comet Kid. Am I thinking right? I think
Cometa.
so. Cometa, Ray Cometa. There we go. Yeah. And they had some great matches, man, against the Clowns where they got fucking murdered, but they were great matches.
Can I tell you what one of my favorite things in this match was? As much as I love the luchadors, I loved B-Boy, who actually gets to wrestle Bale. Actually gets to wrestle the snap suplex with the face bite on Aerostar.
Mm-hmm.
Was just absolutely money.
I got a question.
Something about that spot was just great to me.
How come wrestlers with less teeth always do biting attacks?
I guess because it doesn't hurt as much.
Because Foley,
you can get more. It hurt more because you've got a gap. So you got to sell it like there's more teeth there. I don't know. But you get more angle on the tooth, and you can get a better angle on it rather than.
What were you going to say, Byron?
Since the walk to the ring before the match, Bale was coming off to me for the first time as a huge star. Like he had this swagger about him that I thought was
and
great.
He walked in there, didn't he?
Yeah,
he came in their side of the ring. He came in the.
Something happened where he came on the good guy side of the ring by accident.
Yeah.
But,
he was walking in with the rest.
Nobody said he was good at geography. Come on.
No. I think it was a boss move. It was a boss move. It was like going, oh, they ain't going to fuck with me.
I just shoot in the toilet. No, my favorite things in matches are the little things. And one thing I really enjoyed in this is after the big dive sequence, Superfly elbowing the shit out of the crew on the floor after they all fell down, and he's just like, "Oh!" I'm like, "Yeah."
I'm going to give you one of my favorite little noticeable spots. Since you like the little things, let me find in here was when. What is it? Oh yeah, Superfly slaps Bale, and Castro reacts to it as if he's been slapped. And starts selling a slap.
That's amazing.
Well, I there's a reason for that.
Like I wanted that spot.
No, there was actually early talk that DJ was going to rip off the Corsican brothers for a gimmick, and they were going to do that. 3 people will get that joke, but you know what's up.
That's amazing. I like that.
I loved this.
I'm a Chong fan.
It's one of those matches where everyone gets the shine, and I just loved that. I just loved watching Bale's parts because I hadn't seen it in the season yet. It was great.
I thought talking about little. Go ahead. Sorry.
Speaking of things, I thought it was funny though because he's in his crew like Cholo's sort of ghetto get up, right? He still has his kick pads.
Yeah, big like white chunky, freshly cut.
That's just Bale's gear. He always did that. Yeah,
I know, but they couldn't They have a Hollywood costume team. They couldn't gimmick up his kick pads. Put socks over them.
I dig it. I
also really long socks. He's wearing
giant socks.
That's what the Cholos wear. Cisco's wearing.
Yeah, but see, like if you go down to downtown LA in the textiles district, like on the corner, those are the socks that you buy, man. You get the white tee, you get those, you get the tank top. I won't call it its old name anymore because I feel like that's not politically correct anymore.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, you can't call it an A shirt anymore?
An A shirt.
The funniest thing about this and watching a show on Netflix called I'm Not Here Anymore is that I used to dress like I was into Colombian music when I was a kid in the 90s. So I wore like t-shirts down to my knees and shorts that were basically by my ankles. Yes. I was like, shit.
We need to see some photos of that.
It's a good thing I didn't go to LA in my
Yeah, bring that wardrobe with you to LA. I got some places I can actually take you, especially with that mustache.
Oh man, yeah, over in Van Nuys, some of those clubs. But yeah,
yes, we can hit the clubs in Van Nuys. You're gonna have a good time.
They can just pretend that I'm Canelo. We're fine.
What'd you guys think of that tower dive? That thing where
that was pretty cool.
Climb the shoulders. Superfly's outside the ring, holding legs like don't fall, guys.
That was fun. And those guys, they protected each other well. I also loved, speaking of the small things, where instead of doing a dive spot, Bale just flips off Chia. He flips off Chiaki pretty directly, I think, in that spot, and rolls out instead. So I got it. I saw what was going on there, and I appreciated it.
It was a great match, and it was I thought it was a great, and it ended with the same story of you have the heels who are a well-coordinated team. They cheat or they do whatever, but they work together. And the faces are the luchador friends who do all these high spots as individuals.
And I just want to point out who created the Shatter Machine. Thank you.
And I love that they won with the what did Stryker call it? A 3D code breaker.
Yeah, it's the Psycho Realm. God damn it!
Again, he called the second week in a row. He called it a 3D code breaker. Like, bro, I just don't understand. Like at a show that's this young, even if he was going to make up his own names for new moves or something,
you can know the name of all of the moves, but that was a 3D code breaker.
Yeah, come on, man.
Is this going to be the next game? Yes. He's got the forever title for the Lucha Underground line name.
Yeah, exactly. The move name game. Anyway, it was a good match. Crew wins again with a 3D code breaker. And it was fun. It was super fun. Loved seeing Argenis and Superfly.
You're not slapping legs on those punches, Justin.
Oh, we got some leg slapping still to come. And this is, speaking of leg slapping, this is leg slappingly funny. We get a sit down interview with a guy that we know was not allowed to speak on the program. That's a great idea. Hey, DJ, write an interview for a guy who's not allowed to talk. But the fun thing is, and if you know anything about the history,
and I like wrestling.
If you know anything about the history of Vampiro and Conan, this is a moment. They don't sit down much or do much on camera together ever for very
why don't you let him
reasons.
Speak for himself, brother? Hey y'all, I'm Prince Puma from Paducah. Loyal Heights, California.
No, but to be fair, even if they did write a promo for Puma, when you have Conan and Vampiro also in frame, Puma's not going to get to talk anyway. Like, it wasn't going to happen.
Well, so here's my question. In this day and age where there's a little bit of cancel culture going on, there's a lot of Black Lives Matter stuff and people being more racially sensitive in general, like, voice talents that do people that are not of their ethnicity.
Oh, you had to go there, Justin.
Leaving jobs and whatnot. Is it, in fact, racist that Prince Puma is being represented this way?
Maybe. Do you want to talk about how the end of the season has...
Hold on 1 second, guys.
Has a guy from Kentucky pretending to be Mexican versus Puerto Rican.
Guys, I got to turn off my camera for this part.
Why? Oh, Byron doesn't even want to be associated with it.
So they don't know he's white.
Look at that picture. You think they're not going to know?
Yeah, really. That picture looked whiter than the real thing.
If we're going to get on any show for that, this is the worst possible show we can get on.
I know. I'm being silly.
That's like Yoshi Kwan shows up somewhere else again. Then
I think it would be different if they had someone who was white pretend to be an ethnicity.
Maybe.
Or if he'd done a voice. If he'd done a voice, I would have definitely gone.
They are protecting the gimmick a little bit in the fact that they don't let him speak for that reason. And they're protecting the gimmick in the fact that if he did speak, it probably wouldn't be very good anyway. So you get basically Conan facing off with Vampiro. And I think the biggest problem with this is I think they were both holding back because of the fact that there was a lot of execs around and EV-Dub and all those guys.
You don't want to get fired.
Yeah, I really almost can feel in this interview that these guys are both trying not to get fired, that they want to exhibit a little bit of heat, but not go where it probably could have and should have gone, which is they should have just fucking unleashed on each other.
Yeah,
every Triple Mania when they get in a ring together and say, we're going to have loser leaves town match next Triple Mania.
Yeah, but before Vampiro can get there, they've got to play his fucking music.
Of course.
Hey, play my music.
And they don't follow up on it.
Like, I really did want that moment too where, you know, especially at the time, because Conan like barely had one knee. The guy was not very mobile, and since then he's done a lot to rehab it and get back in shape, and he's even hit the ring a couple times since then. But
he was working on the hip replacement and the recovering from the kidney thing, I think.
Yeah, too. And this is literally health-wise probably the worst he's ever been. So it took a little bit of the heat off of it, but I really wanted Vampiro to just call him a washed-up has-been, and I wanted Conan to tell him that, you know, he would tell Vampiro that he was a complete hack and a never was, and that even broken down, he could still whoop his ass. Like, I really did just want them to go at it.
And I wanted him to say, toss my salad and peel my potatoes like he used to during WCW.
Toss my salad, peel my...
So before white people knew what that meant, you know?
Yeah, so you didn't get full on Conan cutting a promo, but I liked him interrupting Puma and speaking for him. I thought the gimmick worked well. It was funny to me.
I thought it was great. I thought Puma could have, I mean, he's trying to act without talking, which is hard for people who aren't actors or just dorks. And that's what he was just like he didn't look like he was disappointed at being cut off. He didn't look like he had something to say.
Yeah, they must not have acting classes at that molester's school.
Wow.
I mean, at the time, I didn't really notice, but now looking back, I noticed. So he kind of is coming across as a cuck.
Yeah, a little bit. All right, so let's
around cuck.
Let's talk about this big thing. The reason they named the show, they call him Cage, because Cage is going to totally win this belt here, right? We've seen the pictures of Cage with the belt.
I wasn't expecting Christian Cage to show up, but
really,
it was kind of amazing. You know,
he wish.
Impact Hall of Famer Christian Cage.
I wish.
Impact first.
They spell it wrong. It's Nick Gage.
Nick Gage is how they spell Christian Cage these days. Anyway, I did the spot that I really liked in Puma versus Cage was Cage catching Puma into the jackhammer. And in general, the way that Cage is able to push his own weight around so that guys can get over on him a little bit was absolutely phenomenal. And then catching Puma is great.
Now he does that with the fucking Steiner screwdriver, and we saw him do that to Aerostar at Bola, and holy fucking shit, he murdered him.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah.
He started doing the screwdriver probably towards the end of his Lucha run. So he's doing the Weapon X right now, and the Weapon X looks cool. There's a big setup. It's not as cool as a screwdriver.
I saw him here in 2016. He was using it then.
Yeah, we saw him at 15 at Bola.
So had Ricochet and Cage ever faced off before this? Because they seemed pretty well oiled. They either practiced for this a lot or they'd gone before. What were you going to say, Case?
They might have. The timing kind of lines up a little bit. I don't know for sure, though.
Like a PWG or someplace else? Or
somewhere in California.
PCW or something? Yeah,
they... I gotta say though, Steiner screwdriver, one of the coolest moves in wrestling history. When he starts busting that out, you're like, "Fuck yeah, Cage rules." Weapon. See, we were behind him here too, but you know, Weapon X isn't half as cool. It's cool.
He couldn't lock it in on this one, could he? As well in this match.
And it was the first time we really saw him do it against someone of substance. But I do gotta say that like my video started skipping at a really weird time, and it kind of bothered me. Okay, it kept skipping.
On Tubi, right?
Yeah, it kept.
Yeah, I had the same issue.
Did it keep skipping to Marty selling his injury and looking?
Yeah, Marty doing his bump out.
Marty got a little shove and I think broke his wrist.
Yeah, and it basically froze so that he looked like he was jerking his arm off repeatedly.
So, Byron, are you saying you want to start calling Marty Tender Wrist? Is that what you're saying?
Marty Reigns.
No, dude, Marty. First of all, Marty, friend of the show, he's done interviews with us before.
He bumps great.
It was just an inappropriate freeze on Tubi's part. It was like he was getting ready to do the Superman punch, dude. I thought he was going to clear the ring of everyone.
This was a good a high flyer versus a big body guy match too.
Biggest chest, Roman Reigns, a man who's the fucking best.
Actually, what we need to do, as much as we shit on Roman Reigns, and we hate Roman Reigns, Roman Reigns has got to go in the Hall of Fame.
I like Roman Reigns. He's a good guy.
I don't dislike Roman Reigns. I dislike what they've done with him.
No, him staying home, taking a stance and saying, fuck this shit. Kevin Owens goes on there for that as well. Legend for just telling Vince straight up.
I like Roman Reigns as a person. I just think he's the worst of all the Samoan wrestlers, but I hold them all to the highest regard, so it's saying a lot.
Tamina?
Dude, she's Tongan, bro.
Oh, okay.
Fijian.
Jesus, Byron.
Snuka's not Samoan, bro.
Snuka's a murderer. He is. How about when Ricochet gets on the top rope and Stryker, the king of the move game, goes, hey, you're not going to see anyone do this 630 that Ricochet is going to do on TV or anywhere else. Meanwhile, the company employs Jack Evans.
Not yet, though.
Oh, yeah, maybe Jack wasn't there yet.
Jack wasn't. Just Angelico, not Jack.
But
Jack
true.
Jack comes a little later.
And as we know, that Prince Puma has also wrestled in New Japan.
Mm-hmm.
So Casey, you probably Stryker referenced New Japan again here too, which they have no affiliation with at this point in time, by the way. Anyway, Casey, you are a big fan of the nut shot. Were you happy with the ending being a DQ nut shot here?
No, because I think that they're already too choosy with the DQs, and this is an issue that I have with a certain person's writing to where I've shit on them very publicly, knowing they didn't write finishes to some of the AAA shows and that I would do better, and then he got really mad at me. I didn't know you wrote it when I said that, DJ. But
just keeping it real.
Yeah,
keeping it real.
Anyway,
5150.
When you have certain finishes happening every week, right now you still have some DQs going. I don't know, dude. I think it should be legal to kick people in the dick all the time, especially in a company doing intergender wrestling. Make dick kicks legal. First of all, that's going to be my platform. I'm announcing right now that I am running for president of the United States.
Oh God!
On the kick dick kicks legal. Also, if you have a baby, you have to give me $1 million. Byron is going to be my vice president just because I feel out of all the guys, he has the less things that we'll get in trouble for in his past.
That's probably true.
Yeah, true.
Probably true.
Fair point. What can I be in charge of? Military?
Not American. You're not American. It doesn't work that way.
No. But I can be in the cabinet. I can't be.
Well, you still have to naturalize to being an American.
No, we'll have me in a cabinet, but not the cabinet. We're going to dress him like Vicky from Small Wonder and have him live inside a cabinet.
He's got the Phantasma.
I'll dress as Katie Vick.
Wow.
So I think it's a little.
I did it. I screwed her brains out.
Oh God!
This is all gone so.
It's
so
weird
wrong.
when Lucha Underground has a DQ finish. By the way, it really is. It doesn't fit the tone.
It is, but at least he murdered Conan, made him bleed like a lot.
That was a good gig.
Yeah.
Wow. Did you see Conan digging in his forehead? Was that did he go thumbnail? It looked like he went thumbnail, bro, because he was like in there for a minute, just like, and Marty's trying to cover him and give him some time, but he was just all up in there.
He's just lucky some dumbass didn't hit him with a crossface while he was in the middle of doing it and dig the blade in. Not naming any names.
That were in the match.
Yeah.
Not naming any names that were in the match. Okay, nice. I thought it was. I couldn't tell. Like, I mean, I guess he was cupping his hand, so it probably was an actual razor. But the way he was digging at it looked like he was doing a thumbnail blade job, which would have been insane. Supposed to be
watching that part. When you see someone touching their forehead, you look away because you're a good wrestler.
Every time I see someone get hit with a foreign object, I keep my eyes on the guy on the ground. I want to see how he's gigging. I want to see the
come out of a wrist tape.
You just want to see a ping pong ball with melted fruit roll up around it and someone holding their eye.
I thought Conan was trying to lobotomize himself for a minute there, and I appreciate it.
With the razor, he's trying to write "fuck Vampiro" on his forehead.
That would have been amazing. So let's get to one of the iconic moments in all of Lucha Underground history, and I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Cage rips the belt.
Oh, also, we didn't mention that Dario was clearly sexually hitting on Cage at the beginning of the show.
That's my striker called Conan El Chapo.
I called it a professional conversation. What else did you think I meant by that?
And also, he did call Conan El Chapo, which means shorty, and I'm sure Conan's like way taller than Matt Striker, but
maybe he wasn't talking about his height.
Oh,
no.
Wow.
Oh.
Wow.
Well, I mean, we're in there with Cage. I mean, you know.
And then I wake up in the morning and I say to myself, why do I do a podcast?
Byron.
Me too. I do 2 podcasts. Speaking of which, another miserable podcast. We did an episode that dropped this past weekend when you listened to it about horror anthologies. And for the 4 of you that listen to that show, you're the only listeners of this show that I fucking like.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Then I'm on the list because I have that in my queue to listen to later today when I'm doing some other writing.
We kind of realized
we had one more thing, and then we have to talk about
that's so the ripping the belt.
The rip belt, the shit belt gone. Thank God it's dead.
Why did this belt get ripped? Why would Lucha Underground create a belt and then 3 episodes later just rip it to shreds?
Because they made a really cheap thing.
They thought,
and then someone it was crap.
They thought the belt was good until people told them your belt looks like shit.
It was a bad belt.
Yeah,
I thought it was.
It's the fact that it wasn't even curved. No, it wasn't even curved, was it? It was like someone literally just went, "There's a piece of metal here. We'll just draw some shit on it. It'll be fine."
It actually
wasn't even that shiny.
Like the child's souvenir AAA belt that they're selling on highspots.com right now. So if you want a replica of the original Lucha Underground title, that's the way to go.
It's probably better quality. And honestly, I blame EV Dub for this. I think he spent too much time focusing on that bull in the office as a prop instead of his actual belt as a prop. So it's probably his fault.
Yeah. Did you notice that
they spent too much money on the fireball
Dario Cueto said, "Hey, I heard you like to grab the bull by the balls."
Huevos.
How many times has he called himself a bull? How many times does he have that bull in his office?
I think it's a loaded bull. The last thing we get in this episode, we got to wrap this one up, but the last thing we get in this episode, a little vignette. How do you say it? Vignette. No. Vignette. I hate when people call it vignettes, but it's a vignette, cutscene, whatever you want to call it. Dario is in his meeting with Lotus. Finally, we don't even know her name yet at this point, do we?
No.
She just shows up and he's like,
"Who are
and
you?"
Vampiro makes sexual advances.
Yeah, but not in this scene.
Not in this scene for a change, because this happens and he can't see it. This is in Dario's office. He can't see this part going on, right?
Yeah, and he says, "Oh, are you here to grab the bull by the balls?"
She's looking for a man, and she only has one word, and that word is Matanza. Matanza.
I'm looking for a man, and he's like, "I'm right here." And she's like, "No, I only have one word, Matanza."
So Cage pops up and goes, "No, I'm a machine."
As we know, Matanza isn't a name; it means massacre in Spanish. And Papa Cueto named his son that after he was a very big baby and completely destroyed Mrs. Cueto's vajayjay.
Wow, that's really intense.
He's not actually a man.
I mean, we don't know what a Matanza is at this point. We just know that it clearly has more Zeds than whenever he says Matanza.
What would he class him as, Casey? He's not a demigod because he's not half god, half human. He's a human that's embodied with the god.
He's possessed.
Possessed by a god. So what would that create? Would he still be a man, or would he
he would be an avatar or an aspect.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, that is correct. Anyway, I like the tease. If you don't like the Matanza tease, don't watch Lucha Underground the rest of this first season, because that's all it is for a long time. You get the story of Matanza 20 seconds at a time for like 2 years.
Oh, but then when we finally saw Matanza, we all shit our pants, bro.
That was cool.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to take another quick break, but definitely come back because I want to talk a little bit about Joey Ryan. We're going to talk a little bit about NXT. There's some more shit to be had right here on Masks, Mats, and Mayhem after this.
If you're listening to this and you haven't visited luchacentral.com, it's time to do it. Luchacentral.com is the online home for Lucha Libre, where you can get all of the top news in English and in Spanish. Find the best curated video content and original content not seen anywhere else. Find when Lucha Libre events would be happening in your area. Find photo galleries from top photographers covering Lucha Libre around the world. From weekly polls to annual awards. Seen and read by top executives in all of the major Lucha Libre promotions across the globe. And on top of that, it's free. LuchaCentral.com, your centralized place for all things Lucha Libre.
What a great website we just saw a commercial for.
Awesome.
Yeah, lemonparty.org.
Wow, that's not what it was at all. I want to talk a little bit about Joey Ryan, and like we've been very selective in what we've talked about involving speaking out. And I said early on, like, I'm not going to get into accusations. I'm also not going to get into accusations specifically here with the Joey Ryan thing, other than to say that there were many of them. But I feel like it's fair game to talk about a little bit now because he's put out a statement. I neither condone, confirm, or can speak to what the validity of his statement is, and don't really care. That's not my place. That is for the people involved to judge if it's something that does something for them, or a court of law to judge if there's anything legally pressing about it. But my thought is this. I listened to the entire thing. I paid very close attention to what he was saying and the things that he was putting forward as evidence. But I think that there's part of this that Joey Ryan missed part of the point. And he even says it himself a few times that, you know, maybe he took something the wrong way because of what he's used to expecting. And therein lies the entire crux of the situation to me. Regardless of whatever lines may or may not have been crossed, is the fact that here's a guy who's a professional wrestler. His gimmick was super duper over for a while, his penis gimmick. And yes, this is literally the penis guy, the penis gimmick guy saying penis not to blame. But what I think the issue here is that clearly he doesn't even realize the fact that since he has juice and power, since he was a booker and a very popular wrestler, that people aren't taking him the same way, that it did give him a certain level of power and privilege, whether he realized it or not, that he may have in fact been misusing that power and privilege without even realizing it. And you know, with the accusations that are out there, maybe he did realize it and go too far. Maybe he didn't. But at the same time, just the fact that he had the mentality and still does of that there's something that he should even be used to is wrong. The fact of the matter is you shouldn't be used to anything. Every situation that involves consent that you get into with a new person should be square one with no power base to it at all. And you should take that situation for what it is and be very transparent about what your desires are in the situation. Now, do you have to have some corny pre-sex conversation? No.
I think you can clearly state that in this, that what you meant by was used to was expected.
Yeah, maybe.
All he did was steal fucking Louis C.K.'s apology anyway, and he should have. And if he was unaware of these feelings, then how come they're the exact same ones Louis C.K. talked about? First of all, second, if you're not guilty of something, you don't need to spend 57 minutes saying that you're not guilty of something.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean,
and also, didn't he wait until a girl was 18 so he could get her into the ring to do the dick flip where she grabs his dick?
Mm-hmm. Well, that was also part of the promotion and whatnot too. I mean, they were building to that in storyline, and her family was aware of that as well. But where he took it too far was thinking that should mean that it should lead to any other type of relationship. Like if it's a wrestling gimmick and it's consensual and she had turned 18 and her family was in on it and he was in on it and the promoters were in on it, maybe it's sleazy, maybe it's not the best form of entertainment, and maybe it's skeevy in certain ways, but it's not necessarily, out of line. But to push it past that into something outside of the ring, or to abuse his friendship with her, whether it be professional or personal, and again, I can't speak to the validity of that, but there's an issue to that. Now, I also believe that some of his story, where there were things of a more consensual nature and he was having longer conversations with people, there's definitely some evidence that he put forward that makes it look like some of these situations were bred out of previously existing relationships where the women had shown some interest in him, whether or not it was just to flatter him to get a job or work or whatever. There might be some validity to some of those claims. I don't know. And it doesn't necessarily matter, but I think that makes him feel like these text messages and these DMs and stuff that he has are in fact evidence. But as I'm listening to it, he's showing all this stuff that shows that, yes, his timeline is established. He's not lying about his timelines. That, yes, he did have conversations and relationships with these people that may have lent itself to being some type of romantic situation. But nothing in the evidence that he put forward showed that there was anything in the moment of consent that he had evidence for. It's not like he was videotaping the moment where a girl said yes to his advances. All of that part of even what he put out is still he said, she said. It's still hearsay. There's still no valid proof for most of these situations. Maybe a few of them, his evidence clears him. But I hope he does understand that just because he is able to clearly explain his perspective on the situation doesn't necessarily clear him of wrongdoing. I don't know. What do you guys think? Am I taking it too serious?
Yeah, because the guy's a dipshit. Fuck him.
It's not cut and dry for Case.
I kind of feel the same as Casey, but like to explain it, he came out with a statement. I was interested. Let's see what he has to say for himself, because he is a smart person. He is a good businessman. And he says he's going to therapy. Like he might have. Let's give him a chance. And it's like, okay, here's this one statement, and then he has an hour-long video explaining. And also he said, since there's going to be no criminal charges pressed, I'm going to go ahead and release a statement. That's a red flag. And the fact that he took an hour is a red flag. And yeah, since there's no criminal charges being pressed, I guess, I don't need to have any more information for any kind of action. Like I'm not going to pay $1 to see him wrestle ever again. And that's just the end of the line for me. Like I'm not going to watch him on anything. And that's it. Now, does that mean we have to fast forward him when his Lucha Underground parts come up? That's going to be weird. But I already bought those episodes off of iTunes, so I'm not earning them additional ad revenue for watching it. But I think as a fan, as a viewer, that's where it stops for me. Do I wish that it didn't happen? Do I wish that the women who were in those positions got something to make it better or even or fair or whatever? I mean, yeah. I mean, it sucks that at the end of the day, the story is, will he have his successful career again, as opposed to everyone that he allegedly. You don't even need to say that because it's not a court case. Everyone that he victimized. What are they going to do?
Yeah, the thing is there's a precedent for it, unfortunately, with people like Michael Elgin continuing to get a career. And I know that went a weird way. And you've got the Enzo Amore, where he was found there was no evidence, wasn't there? There was insufficient evidence.
I mean, it's all the things, unless it's a super.
But that's why I don't get into those cases. And the only reason I discuss this is because Joey put out this tape. I'm not interested in hearsay and he said, she said. Like, look, those are matters for a court, and hopefully they get to a court and can be resolved fairly for everyone involved. But look, Joey put out this statement, so I feel like I can comment on it. Casey, I have a question for you before we talk about NXT. I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Well, actually, it's a two-part question.
Okay.
First of all, what is the third best horror movie of all time? Third.
Or
and is it Phantasm?
It is not Phantasm.
Oh, what is it? What is the third best horror movie of all time?
Apollo 13.
An American Werewolf in London.
Oh,
interesting. All right. Well, if you guys want to hear more about horror movie stuff, be sure to watch the Lucha Gringo Professor Casey's other podcast. Where can they find it, Case?
It's called Another Miserable Podcast. Justin threw it to me because he couldn't remember the title just there.
I never remember it, ever.
It never does. It's called Another Miserable Podcast. I tweeted it. So if you follow me at Lucha Gringo, there's some of us talking about anthology horror films and a little bit of TV shows. And I don't know. I probably talk about weird shit in there that has nothing to do with it. You guys have seen this show. You know how I am.
It looks like you're Meef's puppet because he has his hands stuck up.
He's actually giving me...
here. This is Kermit the Frog.
Oh. Okay, now we're going to get copyright violation.
Is it getting weird? Sorry, I meant Kermit the Frog.
Casey, when are you going to have any of the MMMShow hosts on your miserable podcast?
Whenever you actually watch and or make a good horror movie, Byron.
When I think any of you guys know shit about horror, maybe I'll let you on.
Well, my DVD collection says maybe not.
I am just watching Hellraiser 2 on repeat, so unless it's Hellraiser 2, I got nothing for you.
If it's Evil Dead, the color commentary, I can probably reel that off still.
Wow.
So I watched that film so much, and especially with the audio commentary that
Evil Dead or Evil Dead 2?
Evil Dead 2. I used to be able to sit there and watch the movie normally and repeat the audio commentary over the top of it.
That's frightening. All right, so let's talk a little bit about
commentary really quick. Speaking of commentary, we also did commentary tracks for Nightmare on Elm Street Part 3 and
the best Nightmare on Elm Street
for the final chapter. So we got the best Friday the 13th, the best Nightmare on Elm Street, and the best
Dream Warriors.
He's killing me.
So, if you guys will indulge me for a second.
Yeah.
And we're back. Now I can cut all that promotional stuff out.
Right.
Dream Warriors.
He's killing me.
Dream no more.
He's killing me.
Warriors. Maybe tonight you'll be gone. Now there's your copyright claim, bitch.
All right.
Nah, Doc will be cool with it. Doc will all right.
And in other news, also while we were at that break, it looks like Byron and Neef might have another great interview for next week set up. So you guys make sure to come back. Hopefully we'll have some more awesome luchadors coming through this show soon. Anyway, WWE NXT. I got to talk about this thing, man.
Yeah.
Nah, the Phantasma wasn't on, so we don't talk about it.
I want to talk about Billie Jean Swerve. What's up with Billie Jean Swerve? What is this gimmick? Where are we going here? Is Swerve
Zappa Swerve. He's stuck in his...
I don't Swerve. I don't think he needs this gimmick. I don't think it even suits him as best as it could, as a gimmick would.
Would you say it's someone else's gimmick?
Hold on. Like, okay, Meef. I had another 15 minutes, and you just ruined it all.
Go ahead, Byron. You just plow through, man. You know how we do. Just go for it.
You see him? The joke was at another 15 minutes before I got to the point.
Well, yeah, because we know when you make a point, it takes forever to get to the point.
But you've seen him in stuff like MLW where he does extensive backstage, like movie scenes, character development.
Yeah.
And he's great. It's great too. But I just love this gimmick so much because of what Meef said. It just looks like the gimmick someone else wanted. Then that little crybaby child left, and they gave it to Swerve.
Wait, you're calling this the Swervetine Dream? Is that what's going on here?
No. You do a dream.
Swervo Rush.
Little Leo Swerve?
Yeah.
Leo Swerve.
Or is it is it Swerve Truth?
No, it's first of all, no one can ever.
It's all of those, honestly. It's what Leo Rush.
It's the gimmick Leo Rush.
Look, it's the gimmick that Leo Rush wanted, but it's also not new. R-Truth got a little bit of this. Velveteen got a little bit of this. Leo wanted a little bit of this, and now Swerve's the next victim to this. Or not. Maybe Swerve is the guy that can pull it off. Like, I feel like he's done a little bit of this.
It's almost like the writers only know how to write 2 black characters and give them to everyone.
Bingo!
I don't know. Okay, so there is that. But see, I don't see anything.
Are you African American? Well, can you play music?
Here's the thing. Okay, so
I'm surprised they didn't hand him a bass guitar. That's how bad it is.
Maybe he'll be the Black Elias, or better yet, the Black John Cena.
Yeah, but he'd have to. They would put him with a bass guitar, wouldn't they?
They fired Black John Cena for being gay.
True.
Yeah.
What's that?
They fired the Black John Cena for being gay.
Oh yeah.
They couldn't make money off of his lifestyle, so they got rid of him. Anyways.
Oh, dude, you can make so much money off of that lifestyle. They didn't know they were
that hairdo alone.
I don't know how they're doing. Anyway,
I have to say, being a big Killshot fan from when he was in Lucha Underground and really loving a lot of his post and stalled season work back as Swerve, I'm a big fan of the guy, and I hope that he finds a way to kind of inhabit this new thing. He's getting some TV time. We just bitched about it the last 3 weeks, and now he's getting some, so I can't complain in that department. I just hope that he can make something out of this TV time that doesn't suck ass.
At least the guy makes girls on Twitter have dreams about having
sex.
Oh,
God, don't.
Which basically, he's like the Freddy Krueger of sex, and that should be his gimmick.
Yeah. But
I don't follow.
He's legit.
All of my restraint, not to say Justin has the same dreams to that tweet.
Swerve is
not touching that.
Swerve is entrepreneurial. He has his podcast before WWE, and he's making music as well. And
we're gonna lose Byron.
Swerve was stoked to be able to go on and promote and be able to sell his music as well as wrestle. Like I could see him being into that. I mean, it's not the way I personally would market him as a wrestler. But
so basically, what you're saying is he's stealing Chris Bay's gimmick.
Oh,
yeah, he kind of is.
What if he was
Kofi took his haircut and then
it's like, I don't know, man. I just hope that he can find a way to inhabit it without it being derivative of what other people are doing.
We have a thing with WWE. If they give you a gimmick or give you a decent chance, fucking take it, own it, run it.
Well, but see, and I'll point this out. Like, look, Chris Bay right now and Swerve are kind of inhabiting a similar zone, though Bay has the X Division belt over an Impact now, and Bay is adding a little bit of his own version of Ric Flair to it. Like, his promos are fire. The shit that he's doing is fire. In the ring, he's putting it out. He's a young guy. Like, his back doesn't hurt yet. His knees are still good. Now is the time. And hopefully Impact can give him a big enough platform to shine a little bit with it. But I'm already liking where Bay's going better than Swerve. So I just I love Swerve. He's my man. I just hope they can get something out of it. We got to talk Kevin Cross for a minute since HDF was not on NXT this week.
Oh, you mean Legalized Murder, the segment?
Wow.
Yeah, it's so beautiful, wasn't it?
I just absolutely loved it. It was slow and it was painful. And at first it was a little cringy because it's so quiet in there and weird. But then that just made it better because of it. Like, the whole thing with Dominik Dijakovic and Kevin Cross in their match this week, the storytelling, the ring psychology, next level. And I gotta say, it has to do with Cross and Dijakovic because WWE, I don't believe, is capable of writing this kind of in-ring psychology. I think maybe they gave them the framework for it, but I've seen them try to do stuff like this before. And this was the most well-written scene in NXT in ages.
I feel like Cross went to Dijakovic and Keith Lee and was like, "Hey, you guys have seen Bloodsport, right?" Or something like that. And okay, we got it. It was like, I don't have anything else to say. It was next level psychology. Cross wasn't raining down the forearms or elbows. He would throw one, and then. And make Keith Lee suffer watching and throw the second one.
I can't remember which Rocky film it was. Was it 2?
He dies.
With the Apollo Creed in his arms, and Rocky had to watch him.
That's not 2 because Rocky didn't
I just said I don't know which one. Because I don't know which Rocky film it is.
One he lost, 2 he won.
I don't know. Byron, I started it with, I don't know which Rocky film it is.
Yeah, but you can't be that.
Rarely watch American sports films because it's contrived bollocks.
Rocky won an Oscar, by the way.
You need to watch Rudy. Go watch Rudy right now.
You need to watch Slapshot right fucking now.
So we don't have movies about cricket and drinking tea.
This is a country where they have a World Series where only America play.
Yeah, everyone comes to play.
That my cousin fucking won, motherfucker.
Who else would it matter in the world playing baseball? Anyway, listen.
True, yeah, good point.
It has Canada in there, so there.
Okay.
It's Toronto Blue Jays.
They have players from everywhere.
Listen, so the other thing I wanted to point out about this match is I love the stuff that WWE has stolen from AEW and may now be doing better than them, like picture-in-picture during the commercial and the audience and whatnot. Pretty much everything. But at Cross working his rest hold stuff, like the way he works rest holds, he's a big man. So he's smart. He knows that he's going to have to do rest hold spots. And he always works psychology into them. They're actually very fun moments that build somewhere. And it's some of the Cross stuff that I saw him do a lot in Mav Pro and Maverick Wrestling. And FSW, he did it at the FSW match we went to too, Byron, didn't he? It's like when he does his rest hold stuff, there's still psychology. And I hope that people were paying attention during the picture-in-picture because there was some great stuff going on there too.
Yeah,
and he doesn't do rest holds; he does wear down holds.
Yes, agreed.
Yes. It was interesting. It was fun to watch, especially during the break, because if you're a fan of his, you've seen him wrestle outside of NXT because he doesn't do a lot of stuff. Like he's very restrained and focused his moveset in NXT, and then like right when they cut the commercial, he throws the DDT. It was a good DDT too. Like you wouldn't see him do a DDT in a featured in a main event match. That's not his style.
Well, he was setting up going into the rest hold or the wear down hold, as Casey likes to call it. He was, and so I think he got the sign to go to that spot, but then they were at the commercial before he was there.
Yeah. No, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I think it's like sort of an Easter egg, because he's done tons of matches, super long matches. He does tons of moves, and sometimes you miss a way that he can hurt someone when he only does it certain ways. So it's nice to see him give someone a concussion.
Look, I love it overall. I hope to see more of it. I like the direction that NXT is going. I thought that it was clearly better than AEW this week. Impact had a good week too. I thought that they actually had a pretty decent show. They may have actually even been better than AEW this week. But I'm liking wrestling right now. I feel like there's a lot of good stuff out there. So I hope too many people haven't been turned off by speaking out and other stuff going on or COVID or what.
Or watching the horror show, which was aptly named.
Yeah, we don't need to talk about the horror show, but can I ask you what you thought about Keith Lee relinquishing the North American title right away?
I wasn't happy with it, to tell you the truth. I like where it's going because of it. I think it's tough in a grouping like that when you have guys that really need to get in a picture somewhere and they don't have the other storylines. So I completely understand them doing it. But it then makes me question why put both on them in the first place. It was a little fast for my taste. I feel like they should have done exactly this, but it should have been at least 2 more weeks from now. But it is what it is. Like it's moving things along. I was bummed for 30 seconds, and now I'm over it because I like where they're going with it. I like doing another tournament. I like having other guys kind of be involved there, and I like them springing it on the audience. Like we don't need to know everything a week in advance, and I don't need a 50-minute double recap to tell me about it either. Although what, me?
It's interesting, Keith Lee's promo, where he talks about opportunities for people, and obviously, because he was a big guy coming off the Indies, and like he's older than a lot of guys coming in. He has waited his time for his opportunity,
and I think that there's something going on backstage at NXT right now that we're not getting the full picture on. I feel like there's a little new guys in the house versus old guys in the house, and I feel like this is also a byproduct of having brought Finn Balor back down there. Honestly, I think that because of that, you're getting a little bit of the locker room mentality that WWE has on a lot of its stuff, of the made guys compared to the top guys compared to everyone else. And I think that the everyone else might be fighting back a little bit. And I think that's why you get Cross and Keith Lee right now instead of Cross versus Cole or Finn Balor, which is 2 things that looked like were going to happen and aren't happening.
By the way, I think Keith Lee is great. And to your guys' points, he is older. And also just to the point of looking at him, he's a big motherfucker. There's only so many miles left on him, especially with how.
No. What my point was going to be was the fact that he talks about opportunities, and then they give opportunities to guys who've had 17,000 opportunities, and That to me is like, I don't want to see Johnny Gargano in a 10-hour match kicking out of everything again. I want to see someone actually, new.
But you gotta accept the fact that is a guaranteed draw for NXT, and you're going to see that if you're watching NXT. I mean,
the setup for it was the fact of giving opportunities to new people
but they're having
people who haven't been given opportunities.
Yeah, but look,
for me, a lot of the people involved were people
I think that's an incredibly invalid point because one, Justin brought up Bronson.
Bronson looked great, and that match was there to get him over. It really was.
Exactly. And these are qualifying matches to get to the match for the belt. Like he's involved.
Okay, but I can pick two people out now. And I can pick two people out now who would be in their position before without them. So they're giving two positions in a tournament for the rub of new people when they give it to two people who are established stars and couldn't fucking make it on the fucking main roster and had to come back down because it's their fucking ceiling of their fucking talent.
I gotta go with Byron on this one, Meef. I think it was the right call. I think you have to do that because of the fan base that is already existing there. I don't think you can rewrite the mentality of the audience that quickly. They have to make Keith Lee seem like he was always in the top mix with the top guys. And they have to use guys like Cole to get over, or Roderick and Gargano to get over guys like Bronson.
No, I have no problem with the way it's actually going to happen, or like those guys being involved, but it's the way it was set up. If you don't have that thing talking about opportunities, what I'm saying to you is it's a confusing message. When I look at it from a product point of view,
maybe, but
I understand what you're saying. But when you talk about opportunities, it's about giving opportunities to new people, giving opportunities to people who haven't had opportunities.
That's what they did.
But Gargano's had 17 fucking opportunities.
Gargano's
That's my point. My point is that you're giving an opportunities, and you're talking about giving opportunities to people, and you're giving opportunities to somebody who's already had lots of opportunities. The idea of giving opportunities to people is to give it to people who fucking don't have opportunities.
I understand that, but do you give even two shits about the opportunity if the opportunity doesn't come against a made guy?
Right.
You put three completely new guys in there. You put, Legado del Fantasma in there with Bronson. Nobody's going to give a fuck.
Yeah.
We also don't know how big the tournament is either. We don't know how big the tournament is either. Because is it 32 man? Is it 16 man?
I like that.
8 man?
I like that.
That's what I'm saying. It makes sense if they're going to fit a lot of people in. But if it turns out to only be 2 rounds, then
all right. Well, as you can tell, over
Keith Lee though. Like Keith Lee became double champ over.
As you can tell, we're not going to settle this.
Got put over by Ciampa, right? He put Ciampa on the shelf. I'm just saying the old guard.
Byron, listen, Beefloaf, listen. As everyone who is listening to this can tell, we're not going to solve this debate right now. So you're going to have to come back next week and hear more of it right here on Mask Mats and Mayhem. So until next time, stay calm
what was the thing that happened?
And stay in the mix.
Penis.